Good afternoon and welcome in to season 8 of the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies awesome Devi Summit. Yes, Navratri is over. However, in the spirit of abundance, this year we have calls going on till the end of the week, till Sunday. Our expert today is an MBA and was working successfully and happily as a corporate HR when, after maternity leave, getting ready to get back to work, she had a moment of self realization that it was time to leave the corporate life behind. She took a leap of faith and, despite no background with healing work as such, found herself taking care of her baby and studying to get internationally certified in multiple healing modalities to follow her calling to heal and teach people the simpler ways of life and how to be happier. From there to working with celebrities, sports people, and industrialists, and winning awards, and facing her biggest challenge, asking for money and making money. She's had quite the journey, including making 4x the monies, 4 times the monies in the last 1 year itself. Yes, we do want to know how that happened, and we do want to find out how we will be able to do the same. And we are going to ask her to fill us in on the details in a quick bit. On the call today, ways to spot negative beliefs towards money without deep digging work, understanding money personality, how fear of success is holding one back, how one subconsciously rejects money, how to heal from the core using a mix of somatic healing and Ho'oponopono, guided meditation for self-forgiveness, basis of the blocks identified and money personality identified, clearing healing relationship with money, and therefore moving towards befriending money. So if you're ready to make friends with money, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for and join me in giving a warm Mystic Lotus welcome to the lovely lady here to tell us all about healing our relationship with money and befriending money. The beautiful Janki Ravani. Hi, Janki. Welcome
Thank
in.
you, Neelu. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. It's always such a pleasure to be here. I love being on the Mystic Lotus Summits. I think this is my fourth, and it's always been so much joy interacting with the team, with the new people I get to meet here, and I'm here to have fun.
Awesome. We're ready to have fun with you. And of course, Janki, in 1 year, 4 times the money you made. You simply have to tell us what you did and how you made that happen.
Yeah. So, yeah, let me share. The funny part was, Nilu, as I said, I was doing well in my corporate job. So there was no technical reason for me to leave, right? It's stupid to leave when you're doing well at something. When you're unhappy, it's okay. But I woke up one day, in the fifth month of my maternity leave, and literally I got this feeling like very, very clearly the universe whispered to me, your corporate stint is over. Now I have no talents in life. Okay, I don't dance, sing, paint, bake. Like there's nothing. I had like a backup plan or a family business to join. So I was like, cool, I'll leave if you insist. But what am I going to do with my life? And that's where, after a month of every single day asking, like, what do you want me to do? You've not given me any other talents. All I can do is smile. I can give people hope. I can teach people how to come out of their problems, and I can listen to them. What do you want me to do with these things? And within a month, I got this, again, a little whisper, which said, I want you to teach people how to be happier. And I said, okay, like I haven't studied psychology. What am I going to do here? So, literally, then, because I was willing, right? And the key word being willing, please make a note of this somewhere. I'll come back to it. It's a very, very big, crucial aspect of receiving money. I came back to it, and I said, okay, I'm willing. What would you have me do now? How would you want me to go forward? And the funny part is, somebody walked into my house and said, I'm a healer, I'm a subconscious practitioner. I do this. And I said, amazing, that's what I want to do. And every step of the way, since the minute I said I am willing, everything started opening up, right? And I realized that all I had to do was just say, okay, I'm willing, I'm willing. So 1 year I spent on studying, right? So I study now. Imagine I have a 6-month-old baby, but I was like, I'm willing to study. Okay, I'm choosing it. Now you take care of the rest. And my mom, my mother-in-law, my husband, my family, like everyone said, okay, okay, we'll help you. You go, we'll take care of everything behind. And I said, that's amazing, because a lot of times we make time and money the problem, right? When we don't want to choose, we say, I don't have time, I don't have money. How many of the people here have ever said that in their lives? Like, put your hand on your heart and say, I want to go on that holiday, but I don't have time. And I want to do a world tour, but I don't have the money. I would have donated, but I don't have the money. So we are making time and money the excuse all the time. And, as most people know, time is money, money is time, right? So that's just an excuse we're making because we're not willing to choose. So I said, okay, I'm willing to choose. And this is where I didn't know anything about, healing, subconscious mind, programs, beliefs, nothing. Okay. I was just saying, something in me said, okay, let's do this. Now, here comes the funny part. I finished studying for a year and I started my company called House of Happiness. And I said, I've learned amazing things. I want to teach, I want to help people heal, but who's going to pay me to do this, right? So for a year, I did work for free, almost for free, right? Very few people who would like come and pay me, but mostly I was like, ab bas sun lo na meri baat. That's more than enough honor for me, right? And anyways, there's a belief in healers, not charging is unspiritual. I'm trying to do a noble thing by helping people. So I was very happy to do free ka work all the time. Till one day, I felt a corporate invited me and didn't treat me very right. And I was like, because मैं free में कर रही हूँ, कोई value ही नहीं है, right? Then I heard this from somewhere, ask and you shall receive. Have any of you heard this?
Yeah, all the time.
Ask and you shall receive, right? And I said, like, how can it be that simple? That would just have been, everybody would be a millionaire, everybody would have good health, everybody would find the love of their life. But I said, try karna to banta hai. So I said, okay, enough. From today, no more free stuff. I'm willing to receive money. Willing to receive money. Then somebody called me and said, Janki, we want you to come for a corporate workshop, our organization. And they were a big organization. And again, that little heart starts pounding and says, okay, little organization, they want me to do a workshop, but how much do I ask for? How do I ask for? I don't even know what to charge because I have no reference points, no other happiness coach that I know who does this. So I said, the first amount that popped in my head was like 10,000 bucks. I said, if at all they ask me, I'll say 10,000 bucks. But you know what they asked me? They said, please share your bank details. We'll transfer you whatever you want. And I was like, okay, I'll charge 10,000 and yeah, you can transfer it. And then I said, okay, the next call that came, I said, what if I charge 20? What if I ask for 20? And they said, okay. The third time I said, what if I say 50? And they said, okay. And then I said, what if I say 2.5 lakhs? Like, just like blatantly out of the, and they said, yes. And I was just like stunned. I said, what is happening here? Because this is not normal, right? For a whole year, I have been saying like, kaun paise dega, happiness ka, and the corporates would tell me, you can come and do a workshop, but we're not going to pay you, matlab free mein karna hai to karo. And I was like, please, karne do. And suddenly people were like, Janki, we want you, and whatever you ask for is okay. And I was like, what is happening here, right? Then came a time where it stopped happening, right? And suddenly I'm like, now what changed? Suddenly, what the hell just changed? And then this whole phenomena, to unravel and explain it even to myself before I could teach clients, it took me a while to understand the mechanics of what was going on behind the scenes. I have to tell you one more thing. How many of you have asked for something crazy and got it? Anyone here who asked for something absolutely crazy and got it just like that?
Well, it has happened with me on occasion and always surprises me. And people, have you never asked? Okay, Parul's raised her hand here, and I'm not seeing anything on the groups. So apparently, amongst the within 100 of us, I'm the only one after Janki who's asked for something crazy and received it. What are you saying, people?
So let me tell you something, Neelu. Here's the thing, right? There is a
There, some
saying
more
by
people,
Marianne
sorry, some more
Williamson.
people have raised hands. So yes, they've asked. Thank you.
Lovely,
Continue, sorry,
lovely.
Janki.
There
Thank
is
you.
a saying, and it goes like this. The problem is not that we ask too much and don't receive it. The problem is we ask very little and receive it, right? So we are only asking for survival based. कि बस मुझे इतना मिल जाए मैं खुश हो जाऊंगी, बस मुझे इतना मिल जाए, that's enough for me, right? But if actually you realize, if you ask for something massive, you actually do get even that. With universe के लिए to create 5,000, 10,000, 20 lakhs, 2 crores, it's all the same. Universe just has to do like done, right? Tathastu. So here's the first time it happened to me. I had just started my business. I was 1 month old. I told my husband, I said, I want this message, of how you're creating your life, how you're creating your money, your illnesses. I want this message to go out to 10,000 people. And that time I had one client. Okay, so 10,000 seemed like a very big number. And literally within 24 hours, I got a call saying, will you come and be a speaker on our next TED event? Right? Imagine like TED Talks, which you've been seeing the people out there. And suddenly I was like, I thought it's a crank call. So I actually said, ha, and hung up. They called back after 4 days to say, bhai, seriously, you don't want to come? I said, no, of course. Are you serious? And then I checked my email. They had sent a formal invite and all. And I said, okay. Another time, I remember thinking ki one-to-one sessions bahut ho gaya. Let's do a corporate event. And I said, theek hai, universe, corporate event karte hain abhi. I got a call within a week. Somebody said, we want you to do a workshop for 100 CEOs. Okay, that was like, every time I would ask, I would get chappar faad ke. And there was another flip side to it. Because every time,
Sorry, just very quickly, Chapad Farki for our international audience means abundantly. Like
yeah,
in big, like
receiving
what asked for
multitude.
this, got that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Thank you. And again, there were times where I would ask and it would just not show up. Right? So again, I was always in this कि मैंने तो बस मांगा कि 10,000 people को ये message पहुंच जाए. The message should reach 10,000 people and TED Talk. And I want to do a corporate workshop and 100 CEOs. And 100 CEOs means their organizations are then open to you. Once the CEO has seen your work and likes it, right, their organizations will start inviting you. So I was like stunned. And then there was work I was trying to chase and it would just not happen. So again, I was like, what is going on here? How can these big things work out? And all these little things I'm trying to create are just getting stuck. So here's what I realized, that one of the first things with money, right? You have to be willing to receive. Most of us ask, but we are not willing to receive. It's literally like saying, I get this little glass and I say, can you give me 20 liters of milk in this? And you're like, I would give you 20 liters, but you've come only with like a 200 ml glass. So, okay, take 200 ml. When you come with the 20 liters ka bucket, I'll give you. Right? So the universe is willing to give you whatever you want, but are you willing to receive it? Right?
and are you willing to ask for it? Because we
Yes.
hesitate to ask for the big things also, right?
Yeah. So one is, are you willing to ask for it? Right? And not only just ask like, little stuff. Ki, okay, I just need 10,000 rupees. I have to pay this one bill. I just need this much. I have to clear this loan or, pay this EMI. Are you willing to really play with the universe? Right? Are you willing to say, okay, this is fun. Let's do this. And when you come, and which is why fun is one of my core values at work, in life. If it's not fun, it's not worth it. If it's not effortless, it's not worth it. So I said, okay, let's have fun with this, right? So one of the funniest things I realized was, we're willing to ask, we're not willing. Now, imagine this, when I say willing, I asked for corporate work, universe gave me 100 CEOs workshop. Asked, received. But now, do I trust myself enough to deliver my life's first workshop to 100 CEOs? Right? This is where universe is like manga. Like you asked, I give.
Now you figure it out.
Are you willing to step up? Right?
Right.
So this is where I realized the second principle. First is willingness, right? To ask big, and to receive. And the second element is trusting yourself. Because the opportunities will show up. The money, the invitations, they will show up 100%. Now, either you say, okay, I can do this, or you back out, or you withdraw, or you cringe and say, wait, next year, this is too tough for me. So I literally went through a whole week long of, dilemma, like, can I do this? Will I make a fool of myself? They will rip me apart. They're all CEOs. They have such little tolerance for bullshit, and after negotiating with myself, right? Now, this is where one of the keys, and you must write this down. Your mind was created to keep you safe. Your mind was created for survival. Your mind was not created to thrive, to make you thrive, right? The mind is always looking for where is the danger, where is the next attack going to come from. So it always wants you to function from your comfort zone. Here's what you have to do, which is what I did, okay? I had to convince my own mind ki nahi, we can do this. I don't know how, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I promise you we can do this. This is where you're always taking a leap of faith, right? Now, there is a concept of knowing and believing. Knowing is where I know I can do it, but I've not done it till now. So till then, I have to believe I can do it, right? So in the beginning, even with you, it's okay to just believe I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Fake it till you make it. Doesn't matter, right? But the more you keep convincing yourself, the easier it becomes for you to shift from believing in you to knowing that I truly can. And when I went and gave the TED talk, when I went and gave that 100 CEOs workshop, I realized this is actually like easy peasy for me, right? But until I was negotiating with my mind, it looked like a big scary deal. The minute I said I can do it, and I stepped on stage, like just purely with a leap of faith, everything worked out. And those CEOs were like little, bacha, like kids sitting in kindergarten asking questions like, what about this? What about this? And I was like, okay, wow, I had not expected this, right? So if you want to befriend money, you have to be willing to ask for it. You have to be willing to receive it, and you have to be willing to trust yourself for it. But here's the funnier part I realized, right? So I would get some money and then I would go back to not having. I would get some money and go back to not having. And then I said, enough of this. I have to figure out what is this secret happening here, okay? That's where I came across something called money personalities. And I realized there are 5 types of money personalities, which I will tell you about now. You can see which one are you. And I realized that my money personality was that of an avoider. Okay, an avoider is somebody who avoids money at all costs, which means I'm very happy to not have money. In fact, Neelu, let me tell you, I used to be the person who used to have 20 rupees in her wallet at all times, simply because my constant, what I used to say about money was, I don't need money. Why do I need money? Like, we live in a universe where, I have a home, roof over my head. There is a kitchen, food in the kitchen, right? I have a job. I have a, train ka pass. I have a smart card or a pass. I don't need money. And literally 20 rupees, and my father-in-law would like freak out. He's like, can you at least keep 5,000 rupees? I mean, it's not like you don't have money. You have so much money. Why aren't you keeping? So like, I don't need money. I don't need money. And today, like, I keep like a gold coin and 25,000 rupees cash and everything. And the first time I put that, it was so uncomfortable. Like, I could feel all the fears coming up. What if someone steals it? What if it goes away? What if I drop it somewhere? What if I leave my wallet somewhere and somebody just pulls out some notes? Like, so many fears about money. So I would again want to go back to, can we just remove this and like lock it up and put it? I don't want it, right? Slowly, through programming, right? And mindful programming, what I started doing was I started learning to breathe with it, right? And of course, a lot of somatic practices, which I will make you all do as well. I said, okay, there's 25,000 in my purse right now. There's a gold coin. There's a silver coin. Like, I'm wearing jewelry. I'm wearing solitaires. It's like I have everything, but I just don't want it, right? So if you don't want it, how can the universe give you more, right? So I realized that I had this problem where I would keep saying, I don't want money. So here's the funny part. Because I kept saying I don't want money, I did an MBA. I was the first one to get placed in my batch. I got the lowest package because the organization I joined was an Indian, company, whereas all my friends joined the multinationals who came later, which was not as prestigious, but they got double the pay, right? And I was like, this is so unfair. Why does this always happen to me? But what was I always saying? I don't want money. I want a good company. I want a good profile. I want an ethical company. But I never asked for the money. I never said, yeah, I would love to get paid also. And the time that I had to ask for, I would feel so embarrassed. I was like, Rene do yaar, mangna. I don't want to ask for it only. Right? So this is how we keep sabotaging our own money reality. And this is where let me take you all through the money personalities.
Absolutely. Before that, very quickly, because you just and people, Janki, you've been talking about yourself, but in that conversation, there's that bit, of course, about money personalities that's come on, which we will all experience. However, you just mentioned this thing called that, that you were self-sabotaging. And that is like a block, right? It is one of the blocks. So before we actually go into people finding out what is their money personality, maybe approximately, is it a mix, whatever, tell us a little bit more about, basis yourself, what are these blocks that were like deep down inside that you weren't even in awareness of till all this happened. So you mentioned self-sabotage. So on the whole, like on the bigger picture, on the bigger scale, tell us about the blocks once, then we'll go into the letting people find out.
Awesome. Awesome. Sure, sure. The money blocks, and a lot of times we sabotage ourselves. There are many. So, on the face of it, there will be many where you will say, I don't want money, or money is evil. There are lots of little things that we are saying and doing, which is pushing away the money. But deep down, the reason we sabotage ourselves, from having money is either because we feel money is not safe for me to have. Now, let me give you a small example here. I had a client who came in who was very brilliant. I mean, amazing with her work and everything. But she would always make like an X amount and never be able to go beyond it. So she said, Janki, I've run a beautiful business. People are loving my work, but why am I not able to expand and grow my business? Now, when we did her session, what came out was her childhood memories, that she was seeing her mom earning more than her father. And because her mom was always earning more and the father was always at the asking end, like, ki, I need help, I need money. And the mom, in her frustration and being the sole breadwinner, and, she would kind of sometimes disrespect or ill treat or, dismiss him or shut him down. And the child that was seeing this in her little mind equated, if I make more money than my man, my husband, I might turn out to be so rude and mean. So I'll never make more money than him. So she would always make less. She would always, and then when we healed that memory, right? That, are you willing to trust yourself? Are you willing to know that you will be kind? You've seen, right? So when we reprogrammed that entire thing, suddenly she 3x'd her business, right? Within 3 months.
Nice.
Right? Because why? Because that whole fear of I will become mean if I have a lot of money, that went away. This is one of the ways. Another client of mine who came in fact, she didn't come in with a money problem at all. She came in with an ankle injury that refused to heal. Okay, an ankle injury. She's gone for all the MRIs, done all the physiotherapy. She's a Zumba trainer herself. So she's very fit and active, but that ankle just wouldn't heal. Now, when I dug into her work, she said, Janki, I want to start a business, but I'm so stuck because of this leg. Now, when we connected intuitively to her leg, like, what is this body trying to tell you? Because I'm also a somatic healer, I talk to the body, right? And the body's talk to me. So I said, okay, what is this ankle trying to help you with? Now, one principle or one very clear thing I want you all to know is, whenever something happens in your body or in your life for that matter, it has only come up so you can clear it. It's not come up to stop you. It's not come up to punish you. It's not like karma, getting the better of you, come to bite you. No, it's just come up so that you can become aware, you can heal it, clear it, and move on stronger, happier, brighter, lighter. Okay. So when this ankle injury came up, and I use questions more than affirmation. So I asked, cool, what's right about this? And what came up in her session was that she had 3 failed businesses in the past. And she was afraid, what if I start this one and also fail? So again, we did reprogramming. We took the lessons from her past failed businesses, made sure we anchor them in her present, release all the shame, guilt, trauma. And suddenly today, in fact, of course, it's been 5 years, but she is now a chain. She's got a chain of salons, like not just one, she's got a chain of salons. And when I see her work, like from the girl who came to me like limping with a broken ankle to today in those business suits, running like successful businesses across the city, I said, wow, this is so amazing. I feel so happy when people thrive because this is your truth. You were created to thrive. You are money, right? And it's only a matter of you realizing it is safe for me to have money. Okay, and I want you to write this down somewhere. These are the three statements. So if you want to, like, sometimes we don't know what is sabotaging us, right? So these three statements I have realized help us from whatever subconscious sabotage, past, present, future, past life, this life, childhood, business, wherever you may be. These three statements you can use to overcome any place where you are feeling, I think I'm sabotaging myself.
Right.
Okay, are you ready to write them down?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm willing to receive dash, whatever. It may be love, it may be money, it may be a new job, whatever. I'm willing to receive it. It is safe for me to receive it. And I can handle it.
Nice.
I trust myself with it. I can handle it. I trust myself with it. Now, why are these three statements so important? Like I said, the mostly people are not willing to receive it only. What if I receive it and then I can't handle it, right? What if it is not safe? Like, what if somebody like buri nazar, like, evil eye, or some people become jealous of me. Money is evil. It will create fights, right? So these are we don't know subconsciously what beliefs are playing out. But this is where you don't need to know. This is the beauty of the work we do. The more you keep speaking, you know, I'm willing to ask, I'm willing to receive, it is safe for me, and I can handle it. I trust myself with it. The more you keep affirming this, your whole mind and body and consciousness starts realigning to these statements. See, usually you're saying, I don't know how to create it. I don't know where it'll come from. I'm not that smart. I'm not that worthy. But she is rich. She did it. I can't. So you're always programming yourself for negativity. And let me tell you, okay, there are multiple research studies that show 95% people are negatively programmed. Like, so it's easier
Right.
for them to think negatively. Only 5% people in the world actually can think positively. And this is where you have to learn to negotiate with that inner chatter, inner voice, which is telling you, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. This is where you actually say, I can do it. Like, shush, of course I can do it. Right? And here's the beautiful part. I told you I use questions more than affirmations or statements or declarations or answers. Why questions? Because sometimes if I say, I am rich, right? A part of you feels, I'm not
Hmm.
rich, yeah, like, right? So it feels a little untrue. You feel I'm an imposter or I'm lying, right? But what if you use a question like, cool, I'm willing to be rich. What will it take? Universe, show me how to do this. Okay, I'm willing to be led. The minute you start engaging and asking questions, you're allowing the divine intelligence, higher power, God, universe, whoever you call it, you're allowing them to take over and guide you. So when I said I want to take this message out to 10,000 people, I had no idea how to do it, thankfully. So I was not using my mind at all. Okay, the mind is a very precious thing. Put it in the safe and let it be there. Don't use your mind at all. Just ask and be willing to receive. When I said I want to do a corporate workshop, again, I had not even started thinking, planning, how will I do it and all. It just happened. And then it was for me to step up and say, cool, I can do this, right? So when you're willing to ask questions and willing to receive, everything becomes much faster. Then it's only a matter of, now that you've got it, are you willing to take delivery of what you asked for? This is where you start shifting away from self sabotage and into self trust and into expanding your receiving. We'll talk more about receiving later, of course. Uh,
Right.
does that help you?
Yes, absolutely. That was definitely an eye opener, and the added bonus tip of the three statements to be said. Thank you so much for that, Janki. Just letting you know very quickly while you've been talking, as you were saying things, including when you said I had this thing that I don't need the money. So Pyle had written in that I had all these fears and also said that I don't need money. And the Parul also wrote in that she has the same point of view. Making more money will not keep me grounded. In reference to your client that you were speaking about with the mother who earned more than the father. And earlier when we had asked, have you asked for something like outrageous? I like the fact that Anamika has written, I manifested dosa for myself day for yesterday. Apparently,
Okay.
dosa is an outrageous ask, and I just found it really cute. I said I have to share this with you.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
right.
And that's what it is, right? Sometimes we judge ourselves so much before speaking, thinking, asking, writing. But this is what I want. Like, what would you like? Like, if you knew you were never going to fail, what would you ask for? And then function from that sense of possibility and expansiveness instead of that contracted world of yours, which is, like driving you crazy and like, how am I going to do this? Yeah, it's not your
Correct.
business to figure the how. You just focus on what you want, why you want it, and be willing to receive it. That's it.
Fantastic. And Sachin is also written in saying, beautifully explained in very simple words for you. I know you're going to take us into the money personality thing. Just one quick question. So all these blocks, or especially the not say the don't deserve it or I'm unworthy of it factor, does all this come into play in figuring out your money personality?
Yeah, so your money personality is a starting point to know where you are at right now, right? How do you feel
Okay.
about money? What is your interaction or relationship with money in the current moment? And then we go to, if I was really, now, why do I talk about befriending money, right? Most people say, I just want more money, but nobody really talks about befriending money. And this is where I found the concept really cool. So, there are some people in the family who, the minute you see them, you're like, oh God, I have to interact with this one now. Like she's an aunt or an uncle, and I don't have a choice. So this, yucky heaviness comes in. And imagine if you just saw a friend coming in who you love, who you love interacting with, talking to, you have a great time together. You have this, expansiveness that comes. If you had to ask them for something, right? Like if you have a good rapport with someone, they're a good friend, like a 2 a.m. friend. If you had to ask them, like, hey, I need you come over, you would not hesitate. You would not worry, what if they say no? What if they judge me? No. You will just pick up the phone and say, dude, I need you, just come, right? And they will come. What if you could have that relationship with money? Now, my initial relationship with money, as I said, was an avoider. So it's like the way I used to think about it, right? So imagine money was a person. If money was a person, you would have who, first of all, just think, what would this money look like? Now I'll just share for me and then I'll take you all through it. Money for me would be like Hrithik Roshan, okay? I love him. I absolutely love him. He's
Yeah,
one of the most good looking actors
absolutely.
for
Greek
me.
god. Moment you took his name, I'm like, okay, sorry,
Greek
Janki is
god,
she's lost me because now I'm only thinking of him right now.
right?
Yeah.
And it was always like, oh, I love you, but I can never have you, right? You're not my friend. I can't just pick up the phone and say, hey, I want to spend time with you, come. Right? Because you're like up there. Like I've attached too much significance. I've put you on a pedestal. You're like up there for me.
Wait, don't tell me you've gone and become friends with Hrithik Roshan. I'm going to close this call
No.
right now and take a flight to Bombay right now.
That will also happen someday, I promise you. But the funny part was, I said, no, but I don't want money to be like Hrithik Roshan for me, right? I want it to be like my bum chums, like a chuddy buddy, who I can put my hand around and say, come, yeah, let's go chill, right? So then I realized I don't want to attach so much significance to money. I don't want to separate it from me and put it out there in a place where I can't reach it or have it
Right.
anytime I want. Yeah, so I can have Hrithik Roshan in the movies a little bit when I watch his movies or songs, and bas utne mein I have to be happy.
Right.
I don't want that. I want you to be my best friend. Come here and sit with me, chill with me. Let's watch Hrithik Roshan movies and drool together, right? That's what I want. I want money to be my best friend. I don't want to put it on a pedestal and separate it from me, or I can only have it like at that little time in those little moments, right? So, which
Right.
is why I say I want all of us to befriend money forever, right? So that
Fantastic.
anytime you have to ask for it, you're never going to hesitate. You're never going to feel small. You're never going to feel, oh shit, how can I do this? Right? Which is why we're going to today change our relationship with money by changing the way we think, feel, eat, sleep, drink, ask, talk about money, right? And
Fantastic.
let's jump into money personality so I can tell you
Let's.
more about it.
Let's just very quickly. Shivani has asked, is there only one money block or are there many? There are many.
There
And
are
it,
there are many blocks at a surface level, right? It can manifest in many different ways. When you refuse to receive compliments, you're blocking your receiving. When you refuse to ask for more, you know you deserve it, but you're not asking for more. Those are money blocks. When you think money is evil or you don't like rich people, right? Those are all different types of money blocks, but it all boils down to it might not be safe for me to have money, right? I'm not willing to have it, and I don't trust myself with it. Maybe I misused it in some past life. Have you seen
right.
the movie Bruce Almighty where he goes crazy? He becomes God
Yes.
and then goes crazy, right? So if you actually had all the money in the world or all the power and freedom to do anything, sometimes we don't trust ourselves with it. Like, what if I misuse it? Right? That's why when we keep saying, I trust myself with it, I'm willing to have it, it is safe for me to have it, I know how to handle it. These are the things which make you start trusting yourself with money.
Right. And in fact, on that note, Janki, Vijay Lakshmi has actually written in that I always think that God has given enough money. And if I deserve it, God will give it. If I'm happy with whatever I have, then God will give me more. Kind of like a block, right? Because you put the condition on the universe. You're not supposed to make it conditional, right?
Yeah. So gratitude, firstly, gratitude is beautiful. Obviously, the more you are grateful for something you have, the more the universe wants to give it to you. The universe is just saying yes to everything. We live in a yes universe. Okay,
Right.
simple thing. But the minute you say, if God wants me to have it, then I will have it, means somewhere you're separating yourself and saying, this is me, this is God, this is money. If He wants to give it to me, I myself am not worthy enough of asking for it. Right?
Right.
So you're already putting yourself down. You're
Right.
already saying it might not be spiritual enough or noble enough to
Right.
ask for money. Right? So
Right.
subconsciously, reading between the lines, this is what you've already assumed. And remember
Right.
one thing, if there is something like this which you always keep saying, you're always going to be creating from that conditional, as you rightly said, conditional energy. If this, then that.
Right. Right.
And we don't live in a this or that universe. We live in a this and this and this and this and this tathastu to everything universe, right? So be it.
Right.
Inshallah, done.
Right.
So be willing to ask, and ask from a place of joy, ask from a place of no significance. Everything I asked for from a lot of significance, like how will I make this happen? Will this work out? Will I be able to do it? How will I do it? I don't even know how to do it. Nothing ever worked out. But the minute I asked and I was like, oh, I'm willing to receive it, it would show up in 24 hours, literally 24 hours,
Right.
right? So be willing to ask and receive.
Superb. Aarti has written in, Janki, you're so interactive and you're changing us to a positive mindset. And thank you. And she's very happy to attend the call. And Shivani has asked, I have many a times lost money after it reached a particular amount. Could this be a block?
Yes, yes. This is definitely a block where, okay, so another client, this was really funny. Okay, so she would always get an X amount and then go back to zero, and then an X amount and go back to zero. Now, what her block came out was, I don't know how to manage money. Right? If
Right.
I have a lot, so if I have beyond X, it keeps growing, keeps growing, keeps growing, keeps growing. I don't know how to manage the money. Who will take the headache? Another avoider like me. Ki yaar, kaun karega? I'll just take how much I need. So when I want money, I'll take from my father-in-law, I'll take from my husband. I'll ask them ki yaar, just give me 5,000 bucks. I want to go here. So I don't have to manage it. I have nothing to manage only left. So I don't have to worry, oh, what if I put it in the stock market and I lose it? What if I invest it or give it to this person on interest and they don't pay me back? I don't have only any such tension. So this is where it's a money block. So this is a trademark of an avoider, right? I don't want only money beyond a point. So I don't have to manage it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to look after it, be a wise investor. So ignorance is
Nice.
yes.
Yes. Well, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, as is the
Of
case
course.
that is happening here right now. And I just wanted to also mention with this separation between yourself and the universe. Have you ever thought about what if God says no? then what you'll do?
Yeah.
What will you do then?
God says
Yeah,
no.
if God says
I
no,
ask for.
what will you do then?
Yeah.
Because of the separation, right? So
Yeah.
then you'll break. You'll
Yeah.
just break.
And which is exactly why we don't ask. Because
Right.
we are happier living in a universe where I could have gotten it if I asked. There's always that hope, right? Ki, I might have gotten. But if you ask and somebody says no, that's like crushing, right? That's final.
Right.
So we are like, no, I don't want to ask only. I'm very happy. I'm very content. I'm very spiritual. Who needs money? So these are the kind of things we do because we are functioning from fear. In fact, here's another thing that came up for me, Nilu, last year when I was studying. And I think I'm one of those nerdy people who loves to keep studying. But one of the things I realized is, okay, let me first ask you, how many emotions can you name? Like just all of you, put it in the chat box. How many emotions are you aware of?
How many emotions are you aware of?
You can tell me, Neelu.
Right now, when you're suddenly saying it like this, I'm having to think about it. But like on the top of my head, I can name 5.
Yeah, so like anger,
Yeah.
sadness, name a few.
Right. So, excited, happy, crying, because when I'm very happy, the tears come. When I'm very angry, tears come out. So I'm going to put that right on top.
Yeah.
The uh, the self introspection, which can either settle me down or send me further into despair. So that, and yeah, anger, definitely. Anger is an emotion we all deal with. At least I do. I deal with it on a daily basis, hopefully for the better. And Anamik has written fear, joy, lack, abundance, anger, joyful, annoyed. Vinny says happy, anger. Devyani says insecurity. Shivani says anger, emotional, confident, grief, lack. Harshal says admiration, calmness, craving. Alina says happy, sad, calm, anger, despite. Balance says Ravi Chandran, and pain and joy says Harshal.
Yeah. And I
Relief,
realize,
confusion.
like we think, right? I have to manage anger and fear and shame and guilt and rage,
Right.
sadness and grief and jealousy and disgust and frustration. We think there are so many things to manage. I realize there are only 2 emotions. Only 2.
Is it?
Only 2. There is faith and there is fear. And all these things that we have said, anger is a fear of somebody crossing a boundary, not respecting me, or treating me badly. Sadness is a fear of loss, right? Like I've lost something. I'm never going to be able to find love again, or I'll never have this joy again with this person that I used to have. Jealousy is a fear. I might never have what they have, right? I can't do it, right? So there is only fear or faith.
Nice.
And every time you're functioning from any form of fear, any form, and you said multiple forms, everybody's written,
Right.
just what, as I said, everything comes up to get cleared, everything comes up to heal you. What if you just say, cool, this is an invitation for me to move from fear to faith? And faith is love also for me, right? Faith and love. So, what if I can bring love and faith to this moment, right? Okay, I'm angry because I've already decided they're going to disrespect or not understand me or whatever. Can I add love to this? Can I add faith to this? Faith is simply saying, of course they will. I'll be able to explain to them. They will respond positively to me, right? So that is faith. That is love. That is trusting each other, right? So even with money, there is either fear or faith. And every time you go into fear, like your body will tell you, fear will either a racing heart, sweaty palms, a dry mouth. These are all the somatic symptoms of wherever you are contracting or functioning from fear. Can you take a deep breath and say, again, a question? If I was functioning from love and faith, what would I choose or say or be in this moment? Right? And you can just breathe. And we'll do an exercise on this also later. So don't worry about it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Anamika did write, I always ask myself, am I operating out of fear or faith? And this gives me a checkpoint or feedback to move ahead. Fantastic.
Exactly.
And of course, where all of this is continuously just building towards getting to know your money personality, which is what you said, Janki, is how you relate to money, right?
Yes, it's how you approach money, how you relate to money, how you treat money. And why is this important to know? Because once you know what is your existing where you are at, then it's like, in Google Maps, you can't just put a destination. They'll ask you, where are you currently? Should I pick your current location? Right?
Right.
And then it gives you a track from here to there. So, which is why we need to know where we are at and then go towards where we want to be, right? To
Right.
have ease with money, to befriend money, to make it my, best friend who I can always chill with and ask for anything from work in the world whenever I want, right?
Right.
So, and
Right.
I see Neha here. So
Yes.
Neha was one of the people I remember. She came in for one of my workshops, and of course, I'll let her share her story. Actually, we should just let her share. So, should we take that on right now and
Yeah.
then go
Give
to
us a little information. Give us a little bit about Neha, and we'll get her on as well.
Yes, yes.
And
So Neha
okay.
Jain is she's a beautiful soul, very vibrant. She's a yoga instructor. She's changed multiple lives with her beautiful way of teaching yoga. And she came to me in one of my abundance workshops where I was teaching how to rebuild your relationship with money. And suddenly, out of the blue, one day she landed up with 10 lakh rupees just like that. And I want Neha to explain. 10 lakh is, how do you say, 10, 100,000? No, like a million? Million
Million.
rupees?
A
Yeah.
million.
Yeah, a million. Yes. Yes, Neha.
Hi,
Okay,
Neha.
hi everyone. Wonderful to see you all for the money workshop, because this is actually one of the things that I've had a block for a long, long time. And I would definitely give credit to Janki's workshop for having been dealt with that block of mine to a large extent. I'm not saying it's completely cleared for me, but I think I'm still a work in progress, but to a lot extent. So the 10 lakh rupees that she's mentioning, before I did her workshop, I didn't even realize uh, that I was a very powerful manifester, that whatever I ask for, it actually comes true for me, was not something that I was aware of. So one day it happened, like we all keep reading, and he said, just ask and you shall receive. One day I said, okay, I want to be a millionaire. So just, randomly I'm asking, okay, I want to be a millionaire. And it happened, I think within a week, that my husband, he came home and he said, this is 10 lakh rupees and this is yours. I said, what? He said, yeah, this is 10 lakh rupees and this is yours. I said, you mean that I will be using this money and you will not be asking it back from me? He said, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, really? Is it possible? I don't think it's possible that, it's for me. And this is what I did. And obviously, when I did that, in a week, he needed money for something and he said, can you give me this much and can you give me this much? And all the money was gone. Okay. And when I attended Janki's workshop, it was at that time when this happened that, she was talking about money personalities. And I realized that my specific was I was a money monk, right? I am into yoga. So a lot of spirituality, right? A lot of seva bhav, a lot of karma yoga is what I was conditioned to think about.
Right.
So I started believing that, it's evil for me to have too much money more than, my requirements, my needs. So somewhere in my mind, I was blocking money. Also, one more thing that I realized I also had this block that rich people are very bad. Or having a lot of money will make me like those people that I thought did bad to me. So again, these were all things that I became aware when I was doing a workshop. I wasn't aware of all this. So during the workshop, I realized that this was happening to me. I used to find it very difficult to ask for money, even for my services. I would be like, okay, I will give it for free. If they pay me, very well. If they don't pay me, fine. I mean, I've done my job. Whatever I'm deserving of will come to me. I would keep saying this to me. And that is why I think those 10 lakh rupees, it came to me. But because I was not ready to receive, thinking that I'm worthy of so much money at one time, it went away. But after the workshop, I saw how it changed for me. I started feeling that I'm worthy and deserving of, asking money for my services. Also, again, it happened. It happened that I said I will be a millionaire, and I saw my stocks going up, and I actually made 1 million through my stocks. And I knew I deserved it, and I'm thankfully, touchwood, holding on to that money, knowing that I'm truly deserving of it. So I think this is a big change that happened in my life after that. So like I said, I'm still, I am a work in progress because I think it's a very deep block. But I am aware now of how to work on myself and how to keep affirming. And, like the way she beautifully teaches, ask yourself, what is it that, is stopping you? ask questions, and then you find your answers and you realize where the blocks are. So I'm really, really very thankful to you, Janki, for a lot of changes that have occurred in me after doing the workshop.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you so much for
Fantastic.
sharing.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone, and all the best. I wish things manifest for you also as easily as they do for me after doing the workshop. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Neha, for joining us and sharing with us your amazing, not just experience during, but the work around it and post seeing the results as well. And of course, people, workshops is what Janki has for you. We will get to hear about that very soon. Before that, so Janki, you've been an avoider. You're not avoider anymore. Neha has been a monk, not anymore. So tell us, money personality, what's going on there? What's the starting point for that? And people, after that, now that you've heard about the blocks, we're going to get to know about the money personalities. After that, we will move into the work around it. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Super. Let's
Absolutely.
find out.
So,
There are there are questions that have come. Hemant, hold on to your question, please. We'll bring these. Just go through this. Go through the demonstration, and then ask your questions again. It'll be easier to have that conversation if you get my drift. Go ahead, John.
super, super. So, money personalities was first something that Olivia Mellon, she talked about it in the beginning. And then, of course, it was made extremely popular by T. Harv Ekker's book on Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And that's where even I came to know about it. And this is what the personalities are, right? So, the first one, and what I want you to do is I'm going to say some things about each personality. How I want you to do is just check, are you agreeing with most of these things? Right? If you are, just make a note of, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're not, that's also okay. Now, one disclaimer, you might not be only one personality, right? You might be 60, 70% of one, 10% of this, 10% of this. But we want to see what is your primary personality, right? What is your main functioning, where are you functioning from mainly? And then, of course, try to create the perfect blend for you, which works for you in your life. Okay, so here's the first money personality, which is called a master, right? And a master is a person who loves to have a lot of money. Okay, now this is not a good or bad thing. They're just people who enjoy growing,
Janki,
using money.
all right. Your screen froze for a second, so you're back. And it is frozen again.
Just wait, let me just connect to a...
And while you're doing that, there are people asking, how do I manifest this? How do I manifest that? Not being able to do this, not being able to do that. So I'm not bringing that up right now, Janki, because let's have all these people also understand, right, a little bit about their money personality, and then do the work, and then ask these questions again. That's why I've parked it on the side for the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, so is this clear now?
Yes. Perfect.
Awesome. So, an amasser is someone who enjoys having a lot of money, right? Having a lot of money to use, and is very, very focused on investing the money, growing the money, making sure, everything is on track. They love to control their money reality. So, this is pretty much the opposite of an avoider. They love indulging in everything to do with money and collecting large sums of money. On the flip side, if they don't have a large sum of money, they feel very, very empty and anxious and restless. They also connect their self-worth to their net worth, right? They feel like, if I have a lot of money, I'm very rich, worthy, successful, all of that. So here are the traits. So if you're someone who loves to find new ways of investing and growing your money, love discussing where should we invest, is always talking about stock markets and bonds and opportunities, is very much in touch with where is my money, how much do I have in my bank, how much do I have in my portfolio, how much gold, how much is my portfolio up. So it's very connected to the numbers. And the goal, your money goal is always, how do I make more faster, right? So if you're connected to these, you are a money amasser, Okay. Now the second one is the avoider, someone like me who would rather not handle money at all. Matlab, I don't need money in my life. If I have it also, it's lying in the bank account. I don't know how much there is. I don't want to pay the taxes. Like, I'm just hoping somebody will take care of it. Thankfully, I have a husband and who has a team of CAs who takes care of everything. And I'm just like, I don't want to know how much money I made or lost, or how much I have. When I need, I will ask, right? So these are the people who, and also if somebody around you starts talking about stocks and investments, you'll be the person like to quietly go away saying, I'll come back later. Like, this is too much torture for me to sit through, right? If you're one of these people, you are a complete avoider. Then there is the spender. Now, this is a person who loves spending. The minute they get money in their hand, they will spend it. They don't want to invest it, grow it so much. I mean, they might put a little bit, namesake, but their primary goal is, how can I spend all this money on everything that I love, right? So they'll buy gifts for themselves, they'll buy gifts for other people also. They live a very lavish life. They live for today. There's no concept of saving for the future. So they are complete spenders. The next category is the saver, the opposite of spender. Saver's only financial goal is, I want to save for a rainy day. And how can I save more and more? So these people will be a little stingy with money. The minute they get money in their hand, the first thing they want to do is save. Like, they'll probably save 40, 50. I know somebody who even saves 90% and lives very frugally on 10%, saying, I don't have any needs, I don't need more. And like, they have a lot of money, but they live very, very simple, in a simple home, drive a simple car, because spending the money is a complete no-no. I want to have a lot of money in my savings. I want to see my PPF. And also they'll invest in very low risk things, right? So these are the savers. And the last one is the money monk, like Neha, right? Monks are people who believe, there are better things to chase. I will be spiritual. If I go towards money, I will lose my spiritual connection to God or myself, right? I will become egoistic. Then I will not be able to serve. It will take away my powers if I chase money. So these are the people who are trained to believe that money is evil. I cannot ask. It's not noble enough. It's so cheap for me to ask for money. Who wants money, right? So it's a little bit like avoider, but here for them, money is anti-spirituality, right? So they've what denounced money, renounced money, right? So they're like,
yes.
I have given it up. I don't want money. I will live like a monk, right? These are the 5 money personalities. Now, as I said, you may be a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but each of us have a primary personality. So put it in the chat box. Which one are you?
Right. I'm going to wait for people to revert, because I was just, because I was just listening to you, and I've also been, and of course, Shilpa has been posting everything on the group as well. Like, I was listening and I was thinking that I've like said yes to 2 in a master. I've said yes to 1 in spender. I've said yes to 1 in saver. So one khichdi pot is going on right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter, because I'll tell you why, right? The minute you'll know intuitively what category do I fall into, right? Am I somebody who gets like a lot of anxiety if I have to, go and look at my bank statements, like, do I have enough? Did I make enough? Did I lose money? Am I like, like getting it wrong? Or do I love to spend? Do I love to save? Do I just want to keep collecting? Or do I feel money is evil, money is wrong, I'm away from it, right? You will intuitively know. But now here's the important part. Once you know, maybe, chalo, I'm 2 of these categories, okay? I fall into avoider and a master, right? Initially, I was a complete avoider, okay? I used to be somebody who didn't want to look at my statements, didn't want to look at, have I paid my taxes? I would just hope everything is taken care of by someone somewhere out there. Somebody has my back, okay? To today, with the work that I've been doing for over 5 years, I recently took a test. By the way, there are lots of tests available online. So you can also go and do a full detailed test with which some will have 10 questions, some will have 20 questions. Once you see the results, you will know what is your personality? And today when I took the test, I realized I have become an 80% amasser. Still 20% avoider is there, but initially it was 100% avoider, right?
Right.
Today, what I started doing is building my capacity to befriend money, right? In that, I started with, installing the GPay app. Something as simple as that. My clients would tell me, can we GPay you? I'm like, no. Just either give me cash or give me a check and put it in my bank account. Don't ask me GPay, right? So it started with baby steps. Can I install GPay? Then I installed Paytm. Then I started installing the app for my bank. I started tracking how much money. For the first time 2 years back, I got a credit card. Like, I was somebody who had never used a credit card. Credit card was like, oh my God, I owe someone money. This is so scary, right? So I started building the capacity slowly. For somebody else, I know another client of mine, complete spender, right? Slowly, we had to look at why do you want to spend it all? Because again, like I didn't want to look at it, he didn't want to manage it. So let's just spend, live for today, YOLO. You live only once, live it large, live life king size, right? All those concepts, again, why? Because I don't know what will happen tomorrow. So there was so much fear of tomorrow. Let's use it all today. We'll make more.
Right.
So again, we started building the capacity of, okay, let this 50,000 rupees just sit in your bank account for 24 hours.
Right.
Breathe, allow it to sit. So again, there are strategies that we do in the workshop later, which I'll tell you, with how do you learn and build your capacity with money, depending on which money personality you are. Like there are specific things that you can start doing. And the minute you start understanding this, now there was one more thing that I realized. People have this sense of finality, destiny. I'm an avoider. Like, I used to do it, so I know. I'm an avoider. I will never become successful because I hate money. I don't want to deal with money. How will I ever become successful? Now, a lot of times, so the first time I realized I'm an avoider, I thought finished. This is my life. I'm always going to be an avoider. Now I'll never make money. I wish I was an amasser. I wish I was a little bit of a saver also, right? Sometimes we feel I've lost money in the past. I will never be able to hold on to money again. I've made bad investment decisions in the past. I'll never be able to hold on to it again. So we keep thinking if it's happened in the past, it's going to happen now. This is it. Life is over. It will never change. And for that, if whenever you say we can actually do, and this is what I really love to do with people, take them through a forgiveness meditation to heal. It doesn't matter what personality you are. It just matters, are you willing to receive more? Do you trust yourself with it today? And are you willing to ask for it now? Right? So if you have questions on the group, we can take that. Otherwise, we can go into this where we look at forgiveness.
Let's go into this. And just to let you know, Kalpana has written in avoider. Like you, Janki. Janki is only 20% avoider now. Just remember that. Poonam says spender. Ritu says she's a mix of choices, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. So amasser, avoider, and saver.
Spender, I think. Yeah.
Spender. 1, 2, and 3. Spender, right. And so, and the others who have, and more have written in. Luvina says avoider. Payal says I'm a combination of all. Geeta says spender. Parul says 2. So 2 is what? Avoider. Harshal says amasser. Manik Sid also says amasser. Geeta says avoider 2. Satya Prakash says avoider and a little percentage of monk. And Shivani says amasser and a little of spender. Neetu says 1 plus 3. So amasser and spender.
Spender.
Yeah. The combination of spender and saver says Rupali. Vinny says sometime monk or avoider. So she's mainly 4. Vijay Lakshmi says which is monk. No, sorry, that's 5. Which is the 4th one? Saver. Saver. 4th one, saver, right? And also 1, amasser. Okay. Anamika, saver and avoider. Preeti, initially I was avoider, but now I am spender. Spender, says Harshal. Nipa says 50% amasser, 50% saver. Aarti says balance. Okay, Aarti, balance is not in the personality types.
the difference between saver and a master, because in a master is also collecting money, a saver is also collecting money, but the key difference in a master and saver is a masters like to also spend and live lavishly, right? They are not
Right.
crazy spenders like the spendthrifts who don't want to keep any money with them for tomorrow. These people want to collect and want to live at large. The savers, on the other hand, will live more frugally. They have
Right.
very little needs. They will spend very little money because they might be a little stingy or conjuice, as we call them, in Hindi.
Right.
They will be categorized by this, whereas the Amasas want to, like, live very lavishly. They want the good life. They want comforts. They want like pleasant things. They will not settle for a 1-star or 2-star hotel. They want a 5-star hotel. They're
Right.
willing to spend and they're willing to have and grow their money, right?
Have and grow
Now,
their money. Right.
again, none of these are good or bad. It's just important to know what are your tendencies more towards,
Right.
so you can be mindful of them,
Right.
right?
It's a starting point.
It's a starting point. And then once you become mindful of it, what would you love to have? And then you can create your own. I would like to be like 50% a massa and 40% this and 10% this and 5%. Like, you can create your own combinations, but that's only after you know what you are primarily doing with money or how you are treating money, right?
Right. So
So
people, let's do this. Yeah, Janki, let's do this. Ritu's also written a mix of 1, 2, and 3, and Sachin has said 2 and 3, which is avoider and spender. Yeah, thanks to people writing 1, 2, 3, 4. Literally rat gaya mere ko. The 5 in order.
yeah.
Right. Let's do this. Okay, what are we doing right now? Now that okay, this is a starting point for us. We know, okay, we are a bit of this, a bit of that, or fully this or fully that. Now what?
So, what I want to take you all through now is, you have realized where you're at today, right? Maybe you're a combination, maybe you're one strong personality and a little bit of the others. Also, apart from this, you've had your past experiences with money. Maybe you're good at managing it, maybe you hate managing it, maybe you've made mistakes in the past, you've had failures with money, you've seen fights in the family with money, you have a very specific childhood conditioning. Each one of us has gone through different money conditioning. Your religion might allow it, or society might feel in a certain way about it. What if today we could put all that aside in a very honoring way, in a very gentle way, say, yes, I agree, this is what was, right? I'm willing to put it aside and I'm willing to create a brand new reality with money. So, primarily, we're going to release, let go, and forgive ourselves for everything that has been, and really allow ourselves to go beyond everything that is truly possible, because literally anything is possible when it comes to money. Honestly, money is the easiest thing to create. We make it significant and push it away, right? We make it separate from us. This is where you integrate it back into you and you say, I'm willing to have it. I trust myself with it, right? And you again rebuild a strong bond with money. So you are in alignment with the frequency of money. You're not me versus you. I'll have you someday. We're not doing that. We're saying, I'm willing to have you now, right? So if you're willing, you can all sit back and we shall get started.
Absolutely. Let's do this. Any
Right.
any things to keep an eye out? Like, don't be driving. Is it safe for pregnant women?
Obviously, don't be driving,
Anything?
because we're going to need you to close your eyes. So make
Right.
sure you're sitting in a comfortable position. If you're driving, please park on the side in a safe place where you can do this. For the people who are listening later, of course, this is going to be absolutely equally effective for you as well. And this is safe for everybody to listen to. You can be sitting. You can also be lying down. It doesn't matter. All I need you to be doing is focusing for the next, I think, 8-10 minutes on
Perfect.
what I'm going to take you through.
Fantastic. Let's do this.
Let's do
Let's
it.
go, Janki. Let's go.
So everybody close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, take your focus onto your breath. As you see yourself breathing in, notice the subtle rising and falling of your chest. Notice the beating of your heart. Take your focus to your shoulders, to your neck, to the top of your head. Check in if your shoulders are tense, contracted, or heavy. With a conscious breath, I want you to loosen your shoulders, let them relax, drop them down as you gear up to look into your money, your relationship with it, and shift how you're going to feel about it forever. As you have connected with your body, you'll be feeling a certain sense of stillness and calmness. From this position of calmness, I want you to get present to what is money for you. Whatever is the first word that comes, just make a note of it. Move on to how does money make you feel? Get present to the underlying feeling you get most of the times when you think of money. Allow yourself to get present to now. What does money taste like to you? If you had to put it in your mouth, what is the instant feeling you get like if you had to taste money? Is it dirty? Is it yummy? Does it taste like metal? Get present to how money tastes to you. Get present to if you had to hold it in your hand. How does it feel to you? Did you imagine old dirty notes or crisp smooth ones? Did you imagine coins that are cold? Or did you imagine a nice gold coin? Whatever it is that you're imagining, how does it feel like to you? Now think of the flow of money. Where is it coming from? When you imagine money coming to you, is it coming from the front? Is it coming from the back? Is it coming from the left or right or top? Make a note of that. And when you think of money flowing inwards or outwards, what is your experience? Is there more coming in or more going out? Is the flow continuous and strong inwards, or does it come in little drips? Likewise, while going out. Now think of what were the childhood experiences with money. What did you hear about money while growing up? What did you see in your family while growing up? What were you told about money very clearly and categorically? What are your three biggest regrets with money? What were the maybe mistakes or failures you had with money? As you get present to all these things, take a deep breath and with a gentle smile, tell your mind, thank you for sharing. I had no idea that this is how I felt about money. This is all the baggage I held towards the concept of money. I'm sorry. I judged myself. I judged money. I judged the people with money, without money. I'm sorry because all these judgments kept me away from money. I'm sorry. Please forgive me because I unknowingly kept pushing away money, either because I was unwilling to have it, I didn't feel safe having it. It went against my whole childhood reality with money. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm sorry if I blamed my parents for me not having enough money while growing up. Maybe I blamed society, government, teachers, friends. Maybe I blamed the stock market. Wherever I was functioning from blaming instead of taking responsibility. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Whatever the things I kept saying about money, which was unconsciously becoming my financial reality. I don't have money. Money is hard to make. Money is evil. Money creates fights. Wherever I was pushing away money with my words, I'm willing to take responsibility and saying, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Wherever I rejected money, for whatever reasons, to prove something to someone, or because of religious reasons or spiritual reasons, I'm willing to take responsibility. It was part of my journey. It was important for me. I accept it. And most importantly, whatever I learned from it, however I grew through those experiences, thank you, thank you, thank you. I received the learnings and I'm willing to let go of all the fears around it, knowing that in this moment, I have complete choice what to do with all this past baggage. And now I want you to imagine that you're putting all this baggage into an energy ball in front of you. So all these thoughts, beliefs, emotions, past programs, conditioning, reference points, just visualize putting it all into an energy ball in front of you. And as you put that in the energy ball, just say, I release all this to the universe or to any God that you believe in. And imagine pushing the energy ball upwards. You have surrendered all these fear-based things to the universe, to God, to the higher power. And you have emptied yourself. Feel the lightness in your body. And if there's a heaviness anywhere, take your focus to that place and say, thank you for letting me know there is still something remaining. With a lot of love, imagine you're taking that heaviness, putting it in another ball, and again releasing it to the universe. And now that you've released and emptied yourself, ask yourself, what would I love my financial reality to look like? If I was being truly abundant, If I had truly befriended money for life, for all eternity, what would I love my financial reality to look like? Get a sense of the possibilities. And remember, think big, think bigger, think crazy grand. And just allow yourself to imagine your wildest desires and possibilities with money. Visualize them coming true in front of you. What would you do if you had all the money in the world? Keep repeating to yourself, I'm willing to receive it. I'm willing to receive it. I'm willing to receive it. It is safe for me to have it. It is safe for me to have it. It is safe for me to have it. I trust myself with it. I trust myself with it. I trust myself with it. Feel the energy in your body as you think of this expansiveness, this possibility that is available to you. And in this moment, really check in. Am I willing to have it? And with a smile, say yes. It doesn't matter that you don't know how you will get there, how you will create it. That's not your job. Just remember, you're willing to have it. You're willing to receive it. It is safe for you to have it. You trust yourself with it. And that's all that is required. And take a deep breath. And as you exhale, ask the universe, how could I serve the world better if I had all the money in the world? More than enough for me and my family, and then so much that it is spilling out of my cup so that I can fill everybody else's cups. How can I be of service? How can I create value for more and more people? How can I give so much with such a large heart, with so much love, that everybody I interact with becomes abundant, becomes thriving and happy? What would it be like to live in a universe where no one ever worried about money again? And just get an energy of that world. Feel the tingling in your body as your body comes alive to that possibility. And from this space, put a hand on your heart and say, thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Whenever you're ready, you can gently open your eyes and come back.
Thank you for that, Janki. And I do want to tell you that, when you said, what does money taste like? I immediately, for me, it tastes sweet. All right. It's sweet. And I actually thought of, those gond ke laddu. Gond laddu, yeah, and it's so rich with all the dry fruits and the whatever flour is used and the jaggery and or whatever is used. And my mom she hardly makes them anymore, but she used to make them the best. And I immediately thought of that, and I'm like, okay, winter's coming. Have to remind my mom it's been high time. Please make gond ke laddu again.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that did happen. And while we wait for people to get back to us about what happened, did anything happen? Did something, what did you feel? What did you experience? There were a few posts that had come in, which I missed. So I'm going to bring that up for you right now. Manisha earlier had written that I was also saying that money is not important. People are important. Every time I was saying this, but now last 2-3 years onwards, Now I don't have money, have lost the struggle to earn it. Moral of the story, because of not having sufficient money, family members and friends are also not in contact. So now I am once again saying money is important. Deepa and Hemant had questions, which is what I was saying. Go through this and then ask it again. Deepa, for example, had asked, "Hi Janvi, I have a question." Janki, sorry. "I have a question for you. Throughout my life, I manifested very easily, be it job, money, relationship, traveling to places. But since a year, I'm not able to manifest anything and I'm not understanding the reason. Can you please help me with this?" Deepa, in a bit, if you're here and if you're willing to put your video on, come spend a few minutes with Janki. And thanks to Deepa, all of us will also have a glimpse into what a personal session time with Janki would also look like. Now, there is Satya Prakash also wrote, "Fear and faith, amazing transformation of understanding emotions." Thank you, Janki. And there is Preeti, who's asking how to manifest dream company job by this technique. So you've just experienced it. Tell us what you're feeling. Payal also said, "I have the same block. It takes time to manifest fast. Can I please get help with this?" Again, like I said, we'll get Deepa on. I've taken her name if she's here. If not, we will move to the next person now. People have written in with this, with everything that has happened. Now, Aarti says, Vinny says, "It's an amazing feeling." Aarti says, "Wow, I feel so good and positive about money. Thank you." Satya Prakash says, "Very amazing and exhilarating experience, raking in abundance unlimited." Yes, Deepa, I see you. Thank you. Harshal says, "Tastes like lemonade, which will wake me up." Thank you, Janki. Ravi Chandran says, "Fine." But you put a but, so but what? You have to tell us that also. Harshal says, "Money for me is freedom. That's the thought I get." Vinny says, "Tastes like khatta meetha aam papad." Oi hoy. I'm getting a tingly feeling in my mouth already. Geeta says, "Luxury, helping others with it, sweet and silky, jingling of coins. Top, money is difficult. Jitni chair hai, utna pair pasaro." Okay. Spread your feet for whatever the length of the sheet that you have. I hope I translated the Hindi version to English
Use only the
properly.
that you have.
Right. Not earn my money. I'm willing to make money serving universe. Rupali says, "What a wonderful feeling. Felt so nice. Tastes like a chocolate." Anamika says, "Thank you, Janki, for the lovely experience. It felt so relaxing and helped me feel a release." Geeta says, "Thank you." Yamini says, "Taste sweet, but better, beautiful experience. Feel lighter after release." And then money tastes, Shilpa says, "Money tastes like vegan tiramisu."
Very specific.
Ravi, yes, very specific. Vegan. Tiramisu, but vegan. Ravi Chandran says, "Very big affirmation. How do we manifest?" All right. Devyani says, "Very nice." Preeti says, "Feeling so confident and willing to receive my stuck money. Thank you for releasing wrong money beliefs. Our old money story creates money blockages. Hope it releases soon and I am open to release." Rita says, "Janki, thank you for a wonderful experience." Nipa says, "Money for me is lifeline. It tasted spicy. I had few new notes. It was a beautiful experience." And Rita also says, "I too felt people were important and money was always a status symbol." Poonam says, "Money is a medium for self-happiness and to help others. The taste was sweet and the feel was silky soft." And another Rita says, "Felt Ma Lakshmi was pouring gold coins over me and I was serving people." And Go Mata, is that what you wrote, Rita? Is that Go Mata? Yes. Mother cow, basically. Geeta says, "I'm definitely a manifester for sure. Not much same for money." Geeta, you're either a manifester or not, right? Even being a manifester does not come with conditions. Yeah, you can't be, "I am half manifester only." You are or you're not. Because
Absolutely.
manifestation, Janki, is not, you can manifest money, sure, you can manifest a lot of other things. You manifest your feelings also, you manifest your emotions also, you
You've
manifest
also
your blocks also.
manifested your lack of money. Correct.
Right.
You've also manifested your lack of money because that serves you. That serves you maybe to keep you safe, maybe to keep you small, maybe to keep you insignificant. But even that in your mind is serving you in some way. So honestly, there is nothing wrong with any money reality that you have right now. Of course, we would all love a lot of money, but there's nothing wrong. And as we talk more, I'll be able to share with you why we say there is no problem with money, only the way you're thinking about it, right? And I'll give you the key to manifest also after this.
Awesome. And Alina says, money is a lifesaver. It tasted sweet, mouth melting, new crisp notes coming from the front. Luvina says, I saw bundi laddu, but it tasted metallic. It was very emotional experience to realize all the blocks created during childhood. Nice, nice. Because even this, even if it didn't taste as you thought maybe it would taste, it is a revelation, right? It is coming out. And thank you for taking us all through this, Janki. And of course, people, something like this is way deeper in the work that you do with Janki, whether it's a workshop, whether it's a session. Before we get people into the offers, Janki, Deepa's here. And Deepa, you've been through this. Do you know your money personality type? You've just been through the meditation as well. Come, let's have Deepa with you, Janki, and let's find out what's in store.
Hi, Deepa. How are you?
I sent you a request, Deepa. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Deepa.
Hi, Janki. Like, I'm not able to see her.
No, just hang on. I think Janki's screen is frozen. Just give it a second.
Yes.
She will be right back. There.
Hi,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you able to hear me? Yeah. Hi. So actually, the thing is that my life has been a manifestation only. I believe in manifestation completely. Be it a spiritual thing or anything, I just ask it and it's in my hand. I never faced any sort of issues while manifesting. One day, I never faced money issues because I was a bright student in school and college. So I got the job also immediately. So I never faced issue. Last year also, when I was going through some financial issues, I just said like, okay, God, I just need 1.5 lakh just to solve this. And immediately, like within just like I asked it like 24 before. One day after that, I had 1.5 lakh in my hands, and the person who gave me, they never asked me. And because of some personal issues and health reason, like since from a year, I'm not going to job. I left the job and everything, and now I'm like manifesting. I'm trying to manifest, and everything is seeming so impossible. Like, and the thing, like silently, whatever I'm wishing, like slowly, like this, I manifested a relationship with this year, and it happened like just like that. And I manifested a Vrindavan trip without. I just said Bhagwan that like, Bhagwan, I want to come to you. I don't have money. I don't know how you're gonna do. And strangely, one of my friend gifted Vrindavan trip on my birthday. I should not have to pay like a rupee also. They took care of everything. And now also like I have some issue with money. Then I was like, Bhagwan, I just need a 5K for something. I'm able to manage this much only. But when it's coming to bigger things like job, or I want to start my own things, few things, I am prepared for that. I'm pursuing my psychology degree. And there also I have to clear a license, and for that I need money. And somewhere like I'm asking since from a year and it's not happening. And I'm not understanding what the block is.
So,
Sorry,
no, that's okay. So let me ask you a question. And this might seem a little funny, but bear with me. What's the best part about not having a job?
Okay, I'll not get, if I'm not having the job, then I get to stay in Himachal near to this nature.
Yeah. And if you get a job, what is the worst thing that will happen?
I have to move to cities.
Correct. So you've already assumed that getting a job means I will have to move away for better prospects, for more money, for a good job. You've already decided I will have to move away, and moving away is a bad thing. And I'll have to move away. I cannot get a job in a place which has beautiful nature and surroundings, right? So these are one very instant this thing of your blocks, right? So let me ask you another question. If you did land your dream job, what is the worst that will happen?
Nothing. It will help me, in fact, on the other hand.
And if you will
Uh,
be helped, what is the worst that will happen?
Again, I'll move away from nature.
Correct. So this is a clear block that you're unwilling to move away. You've decided job means moving away from nature. I don't want to move away from nature, so no job.
But I can go for freelancing jobs and everything. They're also like, yeah, I have been trying that also, but somewhere I'm not able to, manifest. Janki, did you say something? Because your window got freeze.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you. Yeah, now I am able to see you. Yeah, tell me.
Okay. So who told you that it was not possible to get a freelance job or make good money through it? Who told you when? Just think about it.
My friend Nikita. She's a very passionate and she lives in Delhi.
Correct. Correct. So here's another thing. When we hear people talk, we buy their points of views and we make it our own, right? So it may be her this belief. Are you willing to destroy and uncreate it today? And are you willing to have your own reality with money, with freelance jobs, with staying amongst nature and having it all? Are you willing
Yes,
to
yes,
have it?
yes, yes. I'm completely, yeah,
So I'm
willing
gonna
to have.
I'm gonna destroy that belief for you, okay? Just close
Okay.
your eyes. Okay, and say I'm willing to have it now.
I'm willing to have it. I
Correct. So
said it.
I'm willing to have a job, maybe a freelance, maybe whatever, paying me really well
Okay.
in the city I want, right? With the
Hmm.
flexibility and freedom and everything that I desire, right? No this or that. I want this and this and this. Okay?
Yeah.
And now say, just close your eyes and say, I'm willing to receive it.
I'm willing to receive it.
It is safe for me to have it.
It is safe me. It is safe
Safe for me to
for me
have
to
it.
have it.
And I trust myself with it.
I trust myself with it.
Now just take a deep breath and stay quiet for 10 seconds. Now, how do you feel about the possibilities of getting a job?
They may, there may be still possibilities for this. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, see, it's your, remember, write this down somewhere, JAC, judgments, assumptions, conclusions. It is always your judgments, assumptions, and conclusion. This applies to everyone. Your judgments, assumptions, and conclusions. Like she said, oh, but if I get a job, I'll have to leave my city. And I don't want to leave my city, so I don't want the job, right? So these are the ways we connect dots. They're not connected, but we connect them. We attach this meaning to them, which is why they start applying to us. We hear something from somewhere and we make it our own, right? We don't want to do that. We want to keep asking, and you can again write this down. As I said, I love questions. What would I love my reality to be like? Yeah, this may be true for you. You can't get a really good job and survive on it, or you'll have to leave your city if you want a good job.
Hmm.
Interesting. That may be good for you, but I'm not willing to have it. I'm willing to have ki in this city, I'll get a very good paying job. I'll get all the flexibility, freedom, ghar ka khana, home cooked food. I want it all sitting here. And
Hmm.
I'm
Okay.
willing to have it. See, another reason, Deepa, who will judge you the most if you get all this? What will happen? What will your friends say?
I think she has gone more. She has gone mad completely. That she is leaving so many opportunities here. She has a bright future, but still she is choosing because I love nature. Nature is like mother to me. Nature is like everything to me. If I'm getting 10,000 less, also I'm very fine. But I love trees. I love Mother Earth. In
Stop,
cities,
stop,
in the flat.
stop, 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 stop. Do you see? You've already said, I don't mind getting less money. Why? Why? If you say, like, I literally had a client, okay, US based client. He said, Janki, I'm working in a job. I don't mind getting 20% less if it's work from home. Literally within 3 months, he got 20% less and work from home. And I was like, but why did you say that? Just, I want work from home at the same package, right? So I know you love nature, but that doesn't mean if I want to be around nature, I have to compromise for less money. Again, judgments, assumptions, conclusions, not needed, right? So today, take a paper, okay? Write down, what would I love? Okay, this, by the way, to everybody listening to this call, this is your guiding question. This is your North Star. What would I love? Like, not compromising, not settling. Thoda sorry, if I want this, I have to give up that. No. What would I love? I would love to make tons of money in the city with, getting married to whoever I want, traveling wherever I want, like everything. I want everything. And see, again, those people feel, oh, but Deepa is giving up so many opportunities in Delhi or in Bombay or wherever, just because she wants to stay in that close to nature place. That might be true for them. That is their reality. What is your reality? Like you said, when you were saying, I could feel your love for Mother Nature. So cool. I'm willing to have closeness to Mother Nature. I'm willing to make a lot of money. I'm willing to go meet those friends in those cities whenever I want, because I have a lot of money now. I can just take a flight, go to Delhi, go to Bombay, go to wherever I want, but come back to my Mother Nature, right? Where are you not willing to have it all? So can I program you all now? Okay, so close your eyes. All the judgments, assumptions, and conclusions you made about money, are you willing to destroy and uncreate them all now? This is for everybody. Say yes in your minds. And are you willing to befriend money forever? So you can have how much ever you want, whenever you want, however you want it to show up instantly. Are you willing to have that intimacy with money? Are you willing to have the joy of money? Say yes. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back. So are you realizing how those thoughts are keeping you stuck in that little reality?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just a matter of becoming aware. The minute you're aware, patak, you can change that instantly. Right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you will let us know when you get the job in the city.
Sure. Sure.
Awesome.
I will let you know. And Janki, would you like to suggest a book where, like, in your absence, if you are not able to, at this point again, if right now, though I can't afford your one-to-one coaching, but if you can suggest me a book where can I do my inner work in deeper way, so that I can be like, because I am all surrounded by people now. Again, those sort of friends who are like so passionate. They all are very good. They all are loving and caring, but somewhere they don't understand this part of me. So I get into that shackles of their thoughts again. So if you give me one book which deals with more of inner work, especially related to money, so I'll do my work and.
Yeah. So
Janki, sorry, hang on. I just want to come in very quickly because Deepa just said, I can't afford your workshop. Deepa, you don't even know what the offer is, and you've already decided.
No, I
Yes,
don't know the offer, but
okay.
I know my bank balance. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Look, peace for everybody with that. Wherever you are, you know your own reality. I only brought this up
pointed it
because
out.
Janki has just taken us through something. And she's just given an example of her US-based client as well. So I was just coming in to remind you, it's all right, Deepa. There's, nobody's under any obligation to do anything. But then you've already decided no. So some more work is required, is definitely required.
Thank you for that, Neelu. And this is what I would want to also share, that when you don't really want something, you will make time and money the excuse, right? It's because you're not willing to choose it. Now, here, you don't need to, you can lie to the world, never lie to yourself. So never make yourself feel, I actually don't have the time or the money. Because I know today, let's say, something happens and it's a medical emergency, you will beg, borrow, steal, and create the money from wherever, right? And this applies to everyone. But when you don't want it, just start saying to yourself, I don't actually want to choose this. It will start building your inner power. You will start trusting yourself more because you know you're not lying to yourself. So just say, yeah, I'm not choosing this. That's absolutely fine. You don't need to tell anyone else. In your mind, know that, yeah, if I wanted to choose it, I would create the time and money. But I don't want to choose this. When you make that statement, you are in a position of power over your own life. You're not helpless to, oh, I don't have the money or whatever, right? So, of course, I'm going to give you a book, okay, to start with. There are 2 books I'm going to recommend. One is The Strangest Secret in the World, and one is How to Become Money Workbook, okay? Strangest Secret in the World by Earl Nightingale, and How to Become Money Workbook by Gary Douglas. Now, you can take these 2 books, but what I want you to realize it, if you are willing to have it, you just have to ask. There are so many times I've signed up for workshops and said, you know what, I'm choosing this workshop. I don't have the money. I'm choosing the workshop. Now I have to pay in 4 days. You make it happen. And literally the money will just show up into my bank account like magic. Why? Because I chose it. And in fact, one person taught me this trick and I'm sharing it with you. Tell the workshop, I'm choosing you. Now you make me money. Right? Now it's not my job. I want to do this. Now you make me money. So you're telling the universe, you're telling the workshop. And I remember, just as a joke, okay, I had to do a workshop. I had just invested some 3 lakhs in multiple workshops. And then I had to do another one after 3 lakhs in 1 month's time. There was another really exciting workshop that came and it was another 20,000 bucks, right? So it's not much, but I was like, oh God, I've just taken 3 lakhs like on, beg, borrow, steal karke for my career to set up. Now, how can I ask for another 20,000? And then my friend told me, Janki, say I want 10 times the money and I'm going to choose you. I'm signing up, but I want you to send me 10 times of the money in advance. And I was like, again, it's like, pooch lete hai. What is the big deal? I'll ask for it. Literally, I got a call from a company that said, we want you to come and do a workshop in like the next 3-4 days. Our trainer has backed out. You are the next best recommendation. We've heard a lot about you. We are giving you exactly 10 times the amount. Just come and do it. And I was like, what are you saying? Like, how is this even possible, right? But I got 10 times the amount of the workshop. I paid for this class and I had so much more. So are you willing to receive? And again, of course, it's a process of we have so many fears, so many blocks. It's not just overnight, right? You start changing, but this is where you have to be willing to choose. I'm willing to change my relationship with money. I'm willing to have more money. I'm willing to have possibilities in my life, right? And from there, everything starts building.
Right. Absolutely. And Deepa, for you, for everybody, Janki is sitting here telling us all this. Why? Because she just did it day before yesterday. No, she has spent time on this. She's not an expert, for lack of any other word right now. All right, like just like that.
Yeah, it's not a one-time wonder.
Yeah, she has worked on this. She started somewhere. It's why we've been able to hear from herself that yes, I was a avoider. Well, I was very happy money coming in, but I didn't want to deal with it. So it has happened over time. As you said, Nidhu also said it yesterday. You just said it again today. Time is money. Money is time. You need to give yourself time to get to that point, which means you need to give yourself money to get to that point. Both, right? On that note, Janki, let's have everybody get to know what you have on offer, with you explaining exactly what happens in the workshop. And Hemant has a question about, he believes in the process, he's manifesting, still not getting job, wants to know when he'll get new job. So Hemant, yeah, see, because now it's become a timeline question, but we will bring you on because I'm sure in that box of of knowledge and experience that Janki is not showing to us visibly, but it's there. She will take something out from there as well. And by that, obviously I was just speaking in a, what's the word, metaphor. I obviously we're getting to experience her experience and knowledge right here, right now. But you know what I'm saying, Jan. You'll open your box and take something out for Hemant as well.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, so people, let's do this. Let's have Janki take us through what she has in store for everybody. Heal your relationship with money and befriend money with Janki. There are 3 very simple, very beautiful offers. And Janki, you take us through it.
Yes, thank you, Neelu. Thank you so much. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to offer all of you is a total money reset. Now, why do I say a total money reset? Because again, as I said, I'm done with, let's just ask for this much. Let's just fix this one problem this time. No. Let's just fix it once and for all so that anytime, no matter what life throws at you, you are always empowered to deal with it in the best possible way. Now, here be very mindful. I'm not saying life will never throw anything at you, right? We don't know what's in store based on our karma, past lives, our spiritual growth programs, whatever we signed up for in this lifetime. Life can throw anything at you. But what I'm a befriending money workshop, which will give you so many tools to work on anything that life throws of you in a simple and fun way. But it's my core values, simple and fun. So everything you learn with me will be simple and fun. Plus, apart from the workshop, there will be one personal financial breakthrough session. Now, in this financial breakthrough session, I will actually dig deep into your subconscious mind, into your cellular memory at a physical level also. What is the trauma you have stored with money? What are your childhood beliefs? What is going on in your world with respect to money? And then take that, heal it, shift it completely so that you are now rewired for abundance forever. After you've done these 2, it's just a matter of taking action, right? And taking action becomes easy once you've cleared the blocks from the core. Now, what will you get from these 2 things, right? You will be able to create money and ease like magically in every area of your life. And when I say money and ease, I'm talking about just abundance, right? In your relationships, in your relationship with money, in your relationship with colleagues, with your family members. In every area, you can apply the same tools to have more ease and joy. You will definitely increase your earning capacity. If somebody was a complete money avoider with 20 rupees in my wallet, could go 4x and create 2 lakhs in a day whenever I wanted. That comes with a lot of shifting of inner money beliefs and increasing your capacity to receive money. You will be able to raise finances for your business. If you're like, some people say, I don't know how to raise money, right? Some people say, I'm never getting opportunities. So you learn how to spot those opportunities because now you're rewired for abundance. You will also learn how to clear your blocks. If you have a ceiling, I'm only earning this much income, not going beyond it. This will also change that. At any point, whatever fears, insecurities you have about money, those will start melting away and you'll start functioning from faith, knowing at all times that you are the dominant entity, you are the creator, you are the manifester of your life, and you'll start functioning with a lot of friendliness, power, and ease with money, right? Now, if we go to the next slide. Yeah. So in the workshop, I want to tell you in detail what we're going to do in the workshop. The workshop is 8 hours. So there will be 4 classes of 2 hours each. And it's a 3-step journey. First of all, we'll understand how we are individually rejecting money, how we are sabotaging our financial reality. Then we'll go to healing that from the core. Now, why do I specify from the core? These are not just superficial. I'm not going to fix that, oh, I have this problem or that problem. I'm going to go deep down into your subconscious mind as a group. What can we shift inside you at the core to shift all this that's happening on the surface level, right? And once you have healed and shifted that, we are going to reset and create a new relationship with money. Now, again, as I said, how do you have ease with money? How do you look at your bank statement without cringing? How do you not keep creating debt? How do you have ease spending money if you are a saver, or if you are an amasser? How do you have that, I'm not worthy if I don't have a lot of money? How do you shift all those things and have ease and joy with money? We will take actual action points, which are very, very simple and fun to apply. There will be a mix of activities, recreating habits, there will be affirmations, there will be questions, there'll be a whole toolkit given to you to befriend money. If we go to the next slide. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of things. So creating a money vision, how we create blocks, identifying those blocks, learning how to spot them. One of the beautiful things that I do as a somatic healer is I work with the body, right? The mind is crazy. It can take you all over the place, but the body is right here, right now. And the minute you think of money, I'll teach you a way how to spot that physically, wherever you're contracting, wherever you're cringing, and how to shift it in as less as 90 seconds. How to shift that, increasing your comfort zone so that you can start dealing with money in a better way. And all this, how to change things in just 5 minutes, no matter where you are. And you don't need any tools. You'll already have learned them in the workshop, right? So in day 2, we're going to look at how to really commit to this. So a lot of us have one leg here and one leg there, right? How to actually say, no, I'm jumping all in. I'm demanding this. This is going to be my money reality. How to take concrete steps towards this. So one of the things, again, I realized was a fear of success. We have a lot of fear of success. And in the weekend of wealth call, I'm going to go deep into the fear of success, sharing my personal story. But how do you actually take concrete steps towards receiving more money and shifting the money reality? We're going to do a lot of self-forgiveness, a lot of releasing fear of failure as well, and reprogramming the mind for abundance. The guided meditations will always be with you for you to listen to whenever you want. So that's one of the highlights, which a lot of clients have told me they love about these workshops. We are going to learn that once you've made your money vision, and how do you actually align it in thoughts, feelings, actions, right? And when you start putting those in place, you can't not achieve your money goals, right? So it's like if I've planted a seed of a mango tree, I can't not have mangoes. It's going to happen when it's ready, right? So that's how it is. Learning how to expanding your receiving. Receiving is the most important concept with money. Again, as I always say, a willingness to receive, right? So how do you actually expand your receiving so you can receive more money? And again, a lot of somatic programming exercises to have ease in your body, right? We did that exercise of how does money taste? How does money make you feel? How does money look like, feel like? How to change those reference points that you have stored since childhood. And finally, we are going to do energetic money and prosperity downloads. We're going to create your own happy money toolkit and celebrate the shifted realities, which is bound to happen even in those 4 classes. So that's the overview of the workshop. So the workshop, as I said, it's going to be 4 days, 2 hours each in December on the 2nd, 3rd, 16th, and 17th. From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. India time, 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. And this is going to be, recordings are going to be provided as well in case you can't make it on the dates. But more importantly, you're going to have one-to-one, like you're going to be on a WhatsApp group with me, supported for 1 additional month, where I will give you guided practices to keep building the muscle of befriending and having ease with money. Right? So that's going to be a part of your class as well. So it's understand where you stand with money, get guidance on this is for the financial breakthrough session, right? This is where we spend one-to-one time together to really see where are you blocked, right? What is that inner chatter dialogue which has convinced you? What are your judgments, assumptions, and conclusions, and how to overcome them? And as I said, as a somatic healer, I work with you at a cellular level. Right? It can't get deeper than that. How to change your cellular memories about money and release that. Yeah. So again, I've already covered this, but just to go over the main point, the call recording of this session will be given to you, which is the money breakthrough session. And I will not only be healing, I will also be teaching you specific things that are needed for you to do to shift your money reality. So this will all be part of the personal breakthrough session. Now, there are some bonuses, and in this, you will be getting a 4 weeks gratitude journal, an activity book to raise your vibrations, because the more you raise your vibrations, the more you are willing to receive and able to receive. Okay, so there will also be daily rituals to attract abundance. There will be an abundance meditation, which I will take live, and then you can have the recording forever. There will be, as I said, a 1 month guided practice plus WhatsApp support for anything you require, and one revision call, which I love taking after almost a month so that we can revise and the conversation is going. It's not like I've taught you and now figure it out. I will constantly be there to support you. And even after that 1 month, if you need anything on that WhatsApp group, we keep it on usually for 3 to 4 months so that if there's anything, success stories, questions, we are connected. Now, all this,
This is the bonus, the wow bonus.
yes. So, in the weekend of wealth, I'm going to figure out and teach y'all how to spot a fear of success and how to end it once and for all, right? And in this, how do you actually know? Like a lot of people, like I didn't even know I had a fear of success till I realized it. Then once I realized it, I could take the action points to put it into check, and that's how I changed. In the last 1 year, I did my income 4x, 4 times shifted, just because I realized what was my biggest fear of success with money, and then I could take the steps to change it. So I'm going to share that, and why you're not receiving money, powerful insights on how to really begin to change and trust yourself with being able to handle more success with money. So this will be on the 5th of November, 1:33 p.m. India time and 3:03 Eastern time. And the replay will, of course, be shared with you all. Awesome. So this package A, which is the total money reset, which is befriending money, one personal session, plus the gratitude journal, raise your vibrations journal, daily rituals, the abundance meditation, guided practices, revision call, and the weekend of wealth call, all this, which would otherwise be priced at 36,644 rupees or US dollars 499. Because we are on this beautiful summit, it is being made available to you only for rupees 12,999 or US dollars 178. Now, this is only for the people on this call, because every time I have come on this call, I've met such amazing people who are truly committed to creating shifts. And because you are committed, I am making it simpler for you to choose this. And this is the package that you have to pick. Also, I think the weekend of wealth call, if you're signing up, you get a 10% additional discount.
No, not if you're signing. Yes, if you've already bought it, you have a 10% further savings on the amount, correct? And of course, a lovely offer with a 65% savings from what it would normally cost. Very nice. That's your QR code on the screen. It's being shared on the groups as we speak as well. There are two more offers, which is a breakup, which is kind of a division of the total reset. So just take us through this, Janki.
Yeah. So sometimes people feel, I don't really want to do a workshop, right? I just want you to do it for me. And this is where I say, okay, if you're not somebody, because I know there are a lot of clients who say, I can't sit through learning all this, just do it for me. So if you're somebody who's like that, then just choose the personal breakthrough session of 75 minutes. I've already explained it in detail. So you will get a one-to-one session. We will go deep down into what is your subconscious programming, beliefs, thoughts, words, actions, relationship with money. And I will not only shift it for you, I will also give you a toolkit personalized to your issues and problems and your future money goals, so that you can start working on it even by yourself. If you only choose the personal breakthrough session, you get the 4 weeks gratitude journal, raise your vibrations, and the abundance rituals and the abundance meditation along with this. Yes, the wow bonus, which is the ending the fear of success once and for all, is also available. And that's yes, which would otherwise all this, which would be at 21,644 rupees or US dollars 295. Again, only because you're on this summit, you are getting it at rupees 909,999 or US dollars 137, which is a 50% plus savings at any given time.
Fantastic. And this is really nice, Janki, to have the session separate also, because as you rightly said, maybe a workshop is not for everyone, and maybe somebody just wants, no, I just want the work done for right now. So thank you for this. And you've done, there's another further break up of this that you've done, which is, again, thank you, very practical, I must say. So yes, do tell us.
Yeah, and the package C is only the workshop. So a lot of people say, I'll figure it out. You just give me the tools, right? I like to do the work myself. So these are the people who feel very excited to learn new things, and then they want to apply it and create the breakthroughs for themselves. I'm one of those people. I love learning and constantly applying it to myself. So this is where the Befriending Money workshop, if you don't want the whole total money reset and you say, no, just give me the tools, I'll do it myself. This package is then for you, where you are taking the workshop, which is the 8 hours, 4 calls spread, 2 hours each. The dates are given. You get all the bonuses, right? So you'll get the gratitude journal, you get the raise your vibrations journal, the daily abundance rituals, the abundance meditation, the guided practice, and the WhatsApp group. All this you will get in the workshop, and of course, along with the revision call after 1 month. So I will handhold you step by step. We look into what, how, where are you blocking yourself? Where are you sabotaging? Where do you have fear of success, fear of failure? And we'll take all that and shift it for you in a very, very fun way together. And this, which would be otherwise for 23,644 or 322 US dollars, we are going to make available to you only for 6,555 rupees or US dollars 90. I really, really want more and more people to be empowered with anything they want to create in their life, and which is why we're giving it out at a 72% savings or a discount. And I'm very excited to share this again for Mystic Lotus, because I've always seen very committed, very enthusiastic people, and I love interacting with the entire gang here.
Awesome. And of course, people, for all 3 wow people, you do get, please use your personal code to get a further 10%. Janki has just taken us through all of this. So I'm just giving you the tiniest, smallest bit of recap. You have package A, which is definitely recommended at only 12,999 rupees or $178. Workshop, session, a whole load of bonuses. Don't want to do both, just want to do session? There is an option for you there also. 75 minutes personal session and bonuses at only 9,999 rupees or $137. Want to do only workshop? That is also available for you at only 6,555 rupees or $90. And that is it. And if you kind of look at it, people, if you segregate the session and the workshop, it crosses the 16,000 mark. So if you take both, you're still saving. Mental maths, not great at it, but you can see the figures and you can make out instantly. Yeah, like 9,999 and 65 is definitely more than 15,000, and you're getting it at only 12,999 rupees. People want to make friends with money? Yes, befriend money forever. BFF just got an alphabet changed, and never worry about it again. Start now with Janki. Thank you for these wonderful offers, Janki. I know we are past time. We're inching towards close of call, but wait, we did tell Hemant we would take him on. However, I have not seen him here now. Oh, he is here. All right. We will get Hemant on. Before we get Hemant on, Very quickly. Or do you want to do it after speaking to Hemant? Because you said, I'm going to give you something. Something you said, something to do with one trick or one abundance. You said something before we got into the offers that I will share. I will give this to you. So
Yeah.
hold that. Then hold it. Just hold it. Speak to Hemant. I just wanted to make sure you remember. And I know, I know we are way past time, and I was wondering if, no, I think she had left. Sushma had said, right, that she had to leave. So yeah, all right, no worries. Okay, Hemant, come, let's bring you on. Give it a moment.
Hi, Hemant.
Yeah, hi,
How
ma'am.
are
Thank you so much
you?
for the amazing session. Yeah, absolutely fine. Great. Yeah, actually, I had one question I posted in the group. So I'm trying to manifest job from very long time, from the month of March or April, basically. I'm doing various techniques related to manifestation, but it's not getting like in sync. Like what I am trying to do, it is not getting manifested. So those emotions sometimes are coming up, like anxiety, frustration, when it will happen. So these things are coming, and I'm trying to convince my mind, okay, be relaxed, everything will be on time. It takes time, have patience, have faith. But it is going in both ways, right? From here I'm trying to, convince my mind, I'm relaxing my mind, and from this side, again those emotions. So I don't know what to do and how long it will take. So I need help in this. So that's why.
So, Hemant, first of all, thank you for coming to chat, and I'm so happy you've asked this question. The first thing I want to ask you is, if you had to rate, and as I said, there's either fear or faith, right? 1 to 10, how much is the fear today, right now, that I'm not getting a job, or that fear, frustration, anger, despair, hopelessness? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much is it?
The fear is more like somewhere between 7 to 8.
Okay, so 7 or 8 is where it's at. Okay, so now let's just look at what is the worst that will happen if you do get the job.
If I will get the job, okay, and I will occupy it whole day, or maybe I have to go to another location. Maybe I will not get job at my location. I have to relocate. These are only possibilities.
Okay, so now the question, are you willing to relocate?
Not exactly, but if it
So-
required, then I can.
Okay, so if you're not willing to relocate, just say, I'm not willing to relocate, I want a job in my city. Right? As I said, what would you love? You can have it all. You've decided in your mind, job, again, like Deepa, right? Job, I will have to relocate. I don't want to relocate, so I don't want the job right now. These are the ways we sabotage and block. Okay, so firstly, are you willing to have a job in your city?
Yes.
Right? So wherever you had assumed that job means I'll have to leave my city, can we destroy that fear? Say yes.
Yeah, but that fear is not like very big. The only fear is.
See, we
Yes,
think
yes.
we don't know. It's like the tip of the iceberg. We don't know how deep this fear runs, right? So we just have to
Yes.
look at all the possibilities, right? Now tell me,
Okay.
what is the best part about not getting the job right now? Since this 8-10 months that you've not got a job, what is the good thing that's happening? What is this time allowing you to do?
I'm working on myself, like I'm improving my mindset. I'm working on self-improvement.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
My battery, I totally forgot to plug it in. I don't want it to run out. Yes, sorry. So it's given you time to work on yourself.
Yeah, self-development. Yes, I'm working on that.
Correct. And what if we could just look at it that the universe is giving you this time to really look at yourself, work on yourself, and clear the blocks, so that when you get a job, you can fly and never look back.
Yes.
Are you willing to receive that gift that this time is giving you?
Yes.
Right? So instead of making this time away from the job wrong, what if you could say, wow, this is a gift. I've been given, which young man can take 10 months off to work on himself, pursue spiritual goals, pursue self help goals, right? And I'm getting this time, I'm going to make the most of it. And as soon as I'm ready, the job will happen instantly. Can we receive that program?
Yes.
Right? And also, are you willing to have the possibility where you have a job and you can continue to work on yourself?
Yeah, that would be great.
That'll be better, right? I know. So everything that doesn't allow you to have access to the possibility where you get a job which allows you to work on yourself in a gentle, through manifest a crazy boss who makes you learn to stand up for yourself and work for yourself, right? We want in the highest and best way for you. So are you willing to have that now? Say yes.
Yes.
And anything that doesn't allow you to have it, can we destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Yes. Now tell me, when you think of getting a job, how do you feel about it? How much is the fear now?
Now fear will be less,
How much is it?
somewhere between 3 to 4.
Perfect, right? So 3 to 4. And now what I want you to continuously do is take a piece of paper and write down, what would I love? And this is for everyone. Start with this powerful question, what would I love? And put in all the elements. Okay, I remember when I started House of Happiness, which is my company, I said, I want an office 5 minutes driving distance from home. In Bombay, we usually used to 2-3 hours of traffic. Okay, I said, I want 5 minutes away from home. I will work only 4 hours a day and I will make more money than I was making in my corporate job. And literally within 6 months, all of it happened, right? I didn't say, oh, I'll only work 4 hours, so I'll make less money, or I'll have to travel far. No, I want everything. And I got it because I was willing to ask. So take a piece of paper and write down, I want a job in my city, which gives me enough time to work on myself also, where I have nice people, I'm growing, learning, having fun, making a lot of money. Write that goal, and every day for the next 30 days, look at it. And anytime doubt and fear comes, just say, thank you for sharing, but no thank you. I'm functioning from faith, right? Always remember, faith or fear, faith or fear. The minute you function from fear, you are sabotaging. Just switch it. Every fear is an invitation to install faith. Finished. Yeah? So write it down. What would I love? And I'm willing to have it. I trust myself with it, right? And it is safe for me to have it. Anytime doubt and fears come in, just say these 3 statements. You've written it down at the beginning of the call, right? How do you feel now about your problem?
Yeah, a little bit relaxed.
Little bit relaxed.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. So
More
just say,
like,
I'm willing to have it. I'm willing to receive
willing
it
to have.
now. What if you got a job tomorrow? Would you be okay to leave whatever and go?
Yes, I am ready. I'm ready to receive.
Correct. That's the spirit. Say, I'm willing. I'm ready to receive
willing.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll give you one more powerful question, because as I said, I love questions. What energy, space, consciousness, and choice? What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can me and my body be to attract this job instantly? So you're literally becoming a magnet for all the people who are looking for people of your profiles. And everybody can use this question in your respective. What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can me and my body be to attract dash instantly? Job, love, marriage, partner, whatever you're looking for in life. Home, right? A service provider, vendor, whoever. I want that best person or best thing for me instantly. And what do I need to be? So your body starts vibrating differently the minute you've asked for this question. But for that, you need first clarity on what would I love. So first you ask, what would I love? You write that down. You look at it every day. You keep all the fears aside and say, thank you for sharing, but no thank you. And then you ask, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can I be? Now what happens is, you might feel like, okay, let me call this friend. Call that friend. I mean, so the universe will whisper to you. You don't need to have the answer to this question. What energy is space? By the way, none of the questions I ask you need to have answers to. That's the beauty. When you ask a question, the universe starts whispering to you. Then you just have to follow the whispers. Okay? And see the magic. I remember in 2013, I asked for a job and I said, matlab, I'll get a job. It'll be so nice. My son was 1.5 years old or something. And I said, when he's 2 years old, no, I want the job that time. But universe didn't listen to me. In 2 days, I got a job. And I was like, what? And also, this was my older son, of course. My younger one is after who I started the company. But if you ask, you receive. Are you willing? And if you're not receiving, means you have something else in your mind that you're actually trying to work on. So which is why get present to what would I love? Okay?
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming on, Hemant. And again, very nicely done. And I just want to reiterate to everybody that what you've just witnessed, Hemant and Deepa experienced it for themselves, but you have been watching. Something would have resonated. Some question would have been running in your head. You must have been thinking about your thing also, and hopefully applying there and then what Janki you've been saying. This is just a few minutes, 75 minutes, because don't want just tip, have to go to the bottom of the iceberg and not in actual nature, but here, break it, right? That's what we get to do with Janki on the session and even workshop. Janki, you've been telling him, write this down, do this, say this, ask for it, be willing to receive. Yes, all very easy, all very possible, but there are layers and layers and layers and layers and layers that need to get covered, taken care of, so that you are willing to receive and ask. And that is what 8 hours of the workshop is for, right? Everybody wants to eat the laddu. Nobody wants to make it. But you can find out what goes into making it, right? Don't have to make it. Look at the list of ingredients. You never know. Might just inspire you to, I can try this once. That's exactly what you do.
And here I want to share something, Neelu, and thank you for bringing it up. I always, from childhood, and I was sick of hearing it, honestly, Janki has a lot of potential. Janki has a lot of potential. Janki, and I was like, where is the potential? Koi mujhe bhi bata do. Like, somebody show me, yaar, where, like, I can't see anything in myself, right? And when I thought of making it big, okay, when I thought of people who make crores of rupees or millions of dollars, I always had this, yeah, they can make it, I can't. They can make it, I can't. They are them. I am me, like insignificant, useless. And then I uncovered this massive fear of success, which is why I keep asking, what is the worst that will happen? And when I asked myself, what is the worst that will happen? I realized what came up was, I will not get time to spend with my children, right? I might ignore them. Their lives might get spoiled because I'll never be home. I'll be taking workshops around the world, like I had those kind of goals. And I didn't know this, right? So till I didn't know I had a fear of success, I kept like, but I don't know only, nothing is striking only, but I don't know how to market myself. I don't know how to do sales. I don't know how to make reels. I don't know, like I was in that. Why? Because subconsciously, if I knew how to do all that, I would become wildly successful, right? And if I became successful, I would get offers from all over the world. If I got that, I would travel, and then I would ignore my children, not give them enough time to my family, to my husband, to my children. And then all the bad mother and bad wife things would come in, right? And the minute I started realizing this, and then there were very specific things that I did to negate that fear, and then suddenly 4x happened. Then suddenly opportunities started coming in. I started finding the perfect people who I need. Made that list. What would I love? I said, I love a person who will work with me. Like, I have these conditions. I will only work at this time. I'll only work if I feel like. I'll only do this. People have told me, you only work when you feel like. What kind? No, you need to be dedicated. I said, no, I want to work only when I feel like, only when it's fun for me. right? To have that kind of an attitude and to make money, people will say, not possible. I said, no, I want this universe, please. And literally, I started finding people who say, Janki, are you in the mood to work today? Let's work. And then we would work a lot for a week and then, completely leave it for a week if I was not in the mood. And money was still coming in. And I was like, I like this, right? So in the workshop, we are going to look at how to actually go beyond your fears of success, fears of failure, and take those baby steps to start showing the universe, dude, I'm committed. I'm willing to receive. You just send like my coach always says, right? I asked for a jet plane, but I don't have a landing strip and a hangar where I'm going to park it. So I'm making the landing strip. You just send the jet, right? It's like that.
Right. And you just mentioned people say, no, that's not dedication. You have to be dedicated. Here's the thing about dedication. Who said dedication means 24/7 rub your nose to the grindstone? I'm sorry, who made that a reality? You know what? We did. We made that a reality. It was put into us and we've made it our reality. Dedication is, even if you're doing it for 5 minutes, those 5 minutes, you're committed to what you're doing, come rain, hail, sun or shine. Right, Janki?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
And
you want
again,
to work 4 hours? 4 hours is dedicated. I am dedicated. You are dedicated to what you're doing. 4 hours is 4 hours. Before, after, I'm dedicated to something else. Right?
And this is where I said there is a secret to manifestation, right?
That one, yes. Please tell us.
And that is honestly, and this is something I found very funny. That is kindness. Kindness to yourself, right? The minute things don't happen the way we think they should, we start beating ourselves up. And the problem with that beating ourselves up is it starts putting you in a wrongness. It starts lowering your vibration. So what you've asked for is here. It didn't happen. You are almost there. But the minute you start beating yourself up, you are lowering your vibrations. You're creating distance between what you've asked for. The minute you're kind to yourself, you're saying, never mind. Doesn't matter. Okay, this didn't work. Let's try something else. Okay. Like when somebody would come and tell me, no, you have to work dedicatedly. I said, okay, let's try this. I tried it for a month or two and I said, you know what? This is not, what would I love? I said, I want to be true to this. I want to be aligned to this. And I kept coming back to my truth, my reality. And slowly, because I was kind and committed to being kind to myself, not chasing other people's way of making money. Because technically you can make money by doing anything, but is it fun? Does it light you up? Do you have the joy of serving the world with your gifts, right? When I started coming back to what is my truth, my reality, what would I love? What would I love? What would I love? I told them, you know what, not this, not this. And slowly things started aligning to exactly the way I wanted in every area, with the house help, with my colleagues, with my clients, with my mother-in-law, children, husband, everywhere. And I was like, that's how easy it is, really. I just have to be kind to myself and let me have my way aligned to my inner truth, right? And that is the secret. The minute you start beating yourself up, making yourself wrong, judging yourself, making assumptions about the future, making the past significant, that is not kindness to yourself. Give yourself an honest chance, right? Be kind to yourself and say, I believe in you. I know you've got this. Go for it. And treat yourself like, I know you will never fail. Just go. It's like that chak de fatte. Just go for it, right? And that is what is actually, I've realized. I mean, of course, there are lots of secrets to manifestation, but I realized this is what keeps you going, even on the days where things are looking a little shaky, results are not showing up. If you lose that self-kindness, starts going downhill from there, and you start creating more and more distance and gap in your goals, right? And if you show kindness, it's becoming more and more fun every day to achieve that.
Fantastic. And you know what? I thought I saw Sushma again, and I can see her name, but video's not on. Sushma ji, can you hear us? If you can, will you put your video on so that we can bring you on quickly, because we are at end of call. We will be winding up in a few minutes. And Janki, quite a few questions had come in. I've had traumas in the past related to money and relationships. So true, reclaiming power. I have the same concern. 2-3 people wrote, but I have no idea which concern they're referring to, because there's no reference point to it. I'm guessing either what Deepa had said or what Hemant had said. Okay, I'm not getting a response from
no
there, so
worries.
I'm going to let it be.
Yeah.
We are, like I said, at time. Thank you so much, people, for being here right till the end. Thank you, Janki, for taking us through so much and just randomly throwing out these very precious and important tips that are going to help us to start off anyway as it is. Before we head into closing, I want to give everybody a quick reminder that you have a wonderful offer of a total money reset, which is 8 hours of workshop and befriending 8 hours of workshop of befriending money, sorry, and a personal session, 75 minutes for your financial breakthrough. Tons of bonuses, including a gratitude journal, daily rituals PDF, abundance manifestation group call, a month of guided practice, WhatsApp support, and revision after a month or so. And of course, the wow bonus call, all of it at 65% savings for only 12,999 rupees or $178. You have a split between the two if you want to do just the session along with its bonuses at only $137 or 9,999 rupees. And if you want to do just the workshop, Befriending Money Workshop, it is only at, of course, all the bonuses, including the wow call, only at $90 or 6,555 rupees. And Janki, what a call. You've told us about the blocks, all of it primarily coming from two places: not safe to have money, don't deserve it, or unworthy of having that money. We've gotten to know about personality types, including a massa avoider, spender, saver, monk. There are two main emotions that we all function from: faith and fear. It's the umbrella under which all other emotions end up coming. And reasons why we have blocks, be it nature, be it the nature nurture situation, be it society, be it the religious, the spiritual thing that you had mentioned as well, be it the mindset, or be it the fear of failure and fear of success. Again, as you had mentioned, what you need to be doing is you've got to be willing to ask, you've got to be willing to receive, and willing to trust yourself. And judgments, assumptions, conclusions, the three alphabets that you need to take care of, and the two questions: what would I love my reality to be, and what energy, space, consciousness, and choices can me and my body be to attract? Fill in the blanks yourself. So a tiny nutshell, in a nutshell, what this call has been about. Much more, obviously, in the workshop with you and session with you. Before we say our byes to everybody, Janki, any last words? I know what last words. You've given tips away, you've given secrets away, and of course, the secret to manifestation being kindness to self. After all this, any last words?
Yes, I just want to leave you all with one beautiful line which is so magical. And this is again from Access Consciousness, which I teach. It is, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, right? And you can change it to all the money in the world comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, because you want all of it with ease for it to create more and more joy and peace and glory in your world. So say this 10 times in the morning and 10 times in the evening, every day before sleeping, and see the magic. Have too much fun. I know you all are abundant beings. We live in an abundant universe. You can have it all. It's no this or that. Please claim it. Be willing to have it, and just sit back and see how the universe creates the magic for you. Surrender.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, lovely Janki, for this amazing call. Thank you, beautiful people. I can see Neeta giving claps, and
thank you all for staying. Yes, thank
yes.
you so much for staying with me, and for all those who have their cameras on. Loved seeing your beautiful faces.
Awesome. Fantastic. People, go take a break, have your lunch. Janki will respond to you sorry for whatever questions got left. Janki will be interacting with you on the groups after a short break. Rest, take it easy, have fun, and we shall see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 12:33 p.m. IST on the Zoom call on the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies Awesome Devi Summit. Bye, Janki. Bye, everyone.